Y'all get in here. I finally got the moment that everybody been waiting for. Make sure everybody be mindful and double tap the screen if you're on the vertical side. Let's get the likes up so we can keep this video, because it's very important into the algorithm. I'm C-Dub, Mr. I ain't said it, but you know what I'm saying, and I said, damn, you watching We Beat You, Band-Aid Gang. I just dropped the link in the chat for anybody that wants to come up. Feel free, because it's also going to be an open panel, because I just want to get everybody's input on what I'm about to show everybody tonight. Thank you for coming. Bear with me for just 1 second. I'm about to drop this link in the chat. I got some mods in here. What's up, my boss? What's up? What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Thank you guys for joining us tonight. This is a very important day. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. If anybody wants to come on the panel, as long as you're respectful, you can. Let's go. Band-Aid Gang. I promise to tell you the truth and nothing but the truth. So help me God. But it's not about me. This is about justice for Noah Wells and about Tristan and Warren. Warren and Christian. Report your motherfucking ass to the principal's office. Matter of fact, y'all need to be getting ready to get in that cell. And make sure you bring about 1,000 toothbrushes with you. What's up, September Virgo? We got 9 people in here. Let's do this shit. Band-Aid Gang. It's a lot of people that want to see this tonight. See what I'm talking about. And how we gonna do it. Now, I'm gonna let, they came on today, and I thank everybody for coming in that live. And they dropped their draws, right? So, because it was really a lot of draws that was dropping, Band-Aid Gang. I can't make this shit up. So, I'm gonna let this intro, before we really get to the meat and potatoes, right? I'm about to do these people all type of ways. They going to jail. And we don't make sure of it. Band-Aid Gang. First of all, we're going to let Don Lemon drop their draws first. And I'm going to just go ahead and give them the Flux Deluxe. They're going to jail. Band-Aid Gang. Let me turn this music off so we can get ready to do this commentary. And I want to thank everybody. Hey, Mom, thank you for coming in. Thank you, September Virgo. Thank you, Band-Aid Gang. Thank you, ancestors. Thank you all. We'll go ahead and get ready to turn this music off. Let's go. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys for joining. Shouts out to the replay gang. I know I had told everybody that we need to get this video that I'm gonna put out. I'm gonna put out a short on this one, gang. And the short, I'm gonna make sure that short pretty much hits the algorithm. It's all about timing when it comes to your shorts. But I'm also gonna put a video out. But tonight I'm gonna use this video for our commentary, which is going to send Warren and Tristan to jail. Now, but what we're going to do today, and it's not just because it's not just them involved, right? We know that. This is a very big operation. And I'm going to expose that tonight. And I'm not just talking about if anybody been watching YouTube, we watch these guys just do commentary on whatever they're watching. I go the different route. I get deep down into it. Because that's how you get to the solution. You got to go places that you don't want to go. You got to say some things that you don't want to say because you think that people might think you're crazy. Some things we don't say because some people might think you're crazy, but you be actually speaking ahead of your time. Like I said, it was two nights I didn't get any sleep. And you know what? Trish didn't get any sleep for about 2 nights too. And I pretty much know why. Everybody see now that at 3 o'clock in the morning, a new friend just came out and he put a post out. Everybody there talking about that now. And notice the friend came out and said, you know, it's wrong when you out here and you living a life that could get you 10 years plus. He came out, right, at 3 o'clock in the morning, Band-Aid Gang. And then this interview comes out with Tatum, right? People are going to start talking. But we're going to really make them start talking. Let's go.
You have spent weeks saying that your clients are being unfairly scrutinized. Why take them back to the scene in a way that creates another media event? More scrutiny. It does not compute. If you want the public to stop speculating, why give the public another thing to speculate about? Am I wrong? Is there a lie? Like, why? If you want the investigation to run its course, why conduct your own highly publicized examination of the island?
Don Lemon, please give me a job. Yeah, I think Don Lemon was pretty much guessing. Don Lemon was pretty much guessing like it's about to come. So you know, this is just the way the universe works. So let's continue.
Why aren't you answering questions from in press conferences or from all kinds of media and not just from conservative, far right-wing commentators, content creators? Those are contradictions. And
notice that everybody that Don Lemon said, those are contradictions. Let's highlight that word. Those were contradictions. Even a lot of content creators, they just put out contradictions because that's their contradiction. But we have facts tonight. And it's not a contradiction. Because we've been trying to prove to get justice for Nolan that we're not contradicting anything. We're going in the trenches and we get the proof. And that's what I promised you guys tonight. Let's continue.
I think the lawyers know exactly what they're doing. They are fighting two battles at once. One is whatever legal battle might come from Nolan Wells' death and the continuing investigation. The other is the battle over public perception.
The continue of the investigation, Band-Aid Gang, is that the lawyers just want to keep juicing them for their money. Lawyers don't really give a damn. A lawyer will sell his soul for money, knowing that his client is guilty. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to be a lawyer.
And right now they are aggressively fighting that second battle.
And they were trying to, like, as he was in that altercation, I was calming him down. They were trying to get him out off the island. They were trying to get him back to land because he was losing it. So
wait, watch this, y'all. That's kind of no. I got somebody that said something. I let that go a little too far because I do want to do the commentary on this. Check this out, Band-Aid Gang. This person in the chat, welcome. Make sure you sub up. Nope. This person just said that chasing a ghost and trying to convict. This is what this person in the chat said, gang. I'm trying to convict this young man's friends. It's absolutely disgusting. Well, I beg differ because I'm going to show you something because I want you to eat. I'm going to make you eat those words respectfully because what you're doing What you're doing is jumping the gun. And that's almost the same thing that they did with Nolan Wells. They jumped the gun. So what I'm going to do is make you eat those words. So here's the thing right here. Y'all remember that, as I go into this next clip, y'all remember that Nolan Wells, not Nolan Wells, I apologize, Warren's father, which is the doctor, right? Y'all remember that he came out and he's donating $50,000, right? For proof, for some people to come to the forefront and to give him information. He offered $50,000, right? So that was really something to catch people, and whoever knows, bring the people that know something to him. So allegedly, he can turn around and give them hush money. Oh, I'm cooking, ain't I, gang? That was to know. What he did was he went down, he thought he was catching a fish. He threw that out there to find out who knew something so he can give an offer. So that's where we are right now. And I'm going to prove that tonight. So that's why the father did that. So here's the thing. I watched Dr. Umar and all of that. Everybody's going crazy on what Dr. Umar said. He said a lot of good key things, but there's a lot of things he missed. He gave too much trust to Javon. Why do you say he gave too much trust to Javon? Everybody said that Javon, right? And I'm not saying Javon that I'm right, but just listen to what I'm saying. Javon's mother kind of tapped him a little bit, right? Everybody wondered why she tapped her son. Some people said she wanted him to get it out, or maybe she was just reminding him, stay on point. Mine would be to stay on point, because Javon did say something that didn't make sense when he said it was too clear. When that person said, give me my phone, it was too clear to be sounding like that person was so far away. Well, if you was helping push back Tristan, why would you say it was too far away when you were right there? So you should have been able to know if that was Tristan saying, give me back my effing phone. Hit the like button, y'all. You was helping him on the boat. And I'm gonna pop that right now too. But let me tell you where Tristan messed up. Because I listen to everything. Tristan messed up. Not Tristan, excuse me. Javon messed up. Javon says this. Hit the like button.
Perception. And right now they are aggressively fighting that.
Get him out.
This is what Javon said.
And they were trying to, like, as he was in that altercation that was calming him down, they were trying to get him out off the island. They were trying to get him back to land because he.
So they're trying at this time to get Tristan off the island because he said he was acting berserk. Y'all remember that. I want y'all to jot this down. But he actually tells.
He was just losing it. So
describe that. That's kind of interesting. What was that about?
He was just very hostile. Like he was just like really like mad. Like they were just trying to, like, the parents on that boat were trying to get.
Boom. There it is. Javon just said the parents on that boat. I didn't say it. He said it. So there was some parents on that boat. The parents was trying to get Tristan out of there. Tristan said he came down there with his uncle, not with any parents. Tristan said he came down there with 12 people, with him and his uncle, made what? 14. Hit the like button. I didn't say it. They said it. So there were parents on this boat. I play it again.
Very hostile. Like he was just like really like mad. Like they were just trying to, like, the parents on that boat were trying to get him out.
The parents on that boat was trying to get him out. We got parents on the boat, Band-Aid gang. Who was those parents on the boat? Now, allegedly, I'm thinking maybe the parents on the boat could have been Warren's people, because Warren's dad said something that I'm going to show you today. I'm going to break this case. Watch this. Right now.
I'm curious if the
done enhancements to the audio, and in doing that, created a transcript manually. It doesn't appear that the transcript was derived from an automated system or have any, in my opinion, real integrity with it. So what do you guys think about that audio?
Well, I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, you know, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water, Wyatt's on the phone with Cito in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something, or scrambling around, or everybody in a small space on the boat looking at him or something? I mean, it's just so crazy to think that. Why would we call Cito if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard? You know, why would we do the things we did if we know we killed somebody?
I think people, regardless of who it is going to believe what they want to hear. If they want to believe that my friends and I had something to do with Nolan dying, then they're going to believe that regardless of what you put out. But you put out, Brandon, that a clip of the boat when Wyatt was on the phone with Cito.
Pay attention. Warren, and we're going to drop their draws today. Warren is like Bishop on Juice. Y'all remember the movie Juice? Warren is like Bishop. He made sure he went back and he cleaned up his mess. That's what Warren is. Warren is trickery. Now, there's some things about that we're going to find out about Warren. My live yesterday, I'm going to throw it up towards the end because I want to make sure I expose these people today. Warren has a stepfather. The mother is an attorney. But they've just been saying that that's not his mother either. So is Warren and his brother adopted? That's just alleged. Do your own research. And remember what we talked about last night, Band-Aid Gang. So let's go ahead and finish this and get to the meat and potatoes that everybody wanted to see tonight.
And it is boldly clear that Nolan was not on with us. You can literally almost see down to the deck. And as you can see in that picture, everybody is completely casual while Wyatt's on the phone with Cito. Yeah, we were scrambling around trying to get the boat fixed, but the guys were, in the video, you'd see me, I'm sitting on the bow. If there was someone dying on the boat, why would everybody just be sitting there waiting to either get towed in or in the first place, like Jack said, why would Wyatt call Cito?
We're going to show you why that happened too.
The reason we turned down Coast Guard is why would we call Coast Guard if Cito could pull us in? But we fixed the boat and we ran into Fort Bayou, and that's it. The Cito call was completely enhanced, and these people just want to believe what they want to hear.
Watch this, y'all.
And that's exactly what they're doing. So it's just crazy to me that people have tried to twist this and twist the audio. When we came out with the first interview, it debunked half these lies, and now you don't hear about any of it. You don't hear about the pool party because it was on June 27th. You don't hear about anything else that was mentioned. Thousands of lies. And now, the audio comes back, and all of a sudden we can hear Nolan yelling in the background, screaming, we're screaming about how he's dead. That's just a complete lie. And it's another lie to push this narrative that people don't want to turn down. It's insane.
A matter of fact, gang, I'm about to show you something. Remember I spoke about the witchcraft, right? Hey, Warren, I like that shirt with the little American flag on it. I hope that works for you because you're going to be wearing that brown suit after I finish with you today. Now, here's the thing, y'all. I want everybody to tag everybody on this video. I'm going to expose Warren and Tristan. Let's go. So I want you guys to pay attention to this right here. Trickery right here. This is witchcraft. Now, what I did when I saw this yesterday, this is how good I am, y'all. And, I didn't want to be superstitious. I took this picture. This is at the pool party, right? And I took it and I put it in ChatGPT. And I asked it. I said, ChatGPT, is this AI? ChatGPT, it replied no. So then I got to tweaking and shit, right, Band-Aid Gang? Because we live in a wicked world full of things, supernatural things that you couldn't imagine on the other side that all of us have yet to see, right? So I'm tripping, and this is the reason why I put it in Chat GPT. Chat GPT told me that this picture, and y'all go screenshot this now and go put it in your Chat GPT, because I'm finna make your skin crawl, because I'm finna take you down through there. The reason why I asked it, not only why this boy in that swimming pool looked like either he had to do something was about to get done to him, because he's scared to death. But this is what tweaked me out, Band-Aid Gang. Is the person that's holding him like this a demon? Because when you look at this man here and the other guy that's sitting in the swimming pool with USA carved in his chest, pay attention to this, Band-Aid Gang. Look at the boy's cheekbone by his ear. If I'm not mistaken, does it look like another hand is coming off of this man's neck, covering up this boy's ear? Hit the like button. Why is this boy of the ear covered up by this piece of skin? Why is this boy ear covered up by a piece of skin coming off this man's neck? Hit the like button. Why is a piece of skin coming off this man's neck onto this little boy's ear? And when you look at the original picture, that's not his hand. His hand is right next to him. Hit the like button, y'all. That's why that boy's scared to life. I believe this man is suspect. I believe that older gentleman that's sitting there looking like a demon with USA carved in his chest is a demon. And I believe allegedly, and the more and more I think about it, y'all, I can see that, because there is stories out that they beat Nolan badly. And I believe this man allegedly first. And I believe this man and that other man. And I believe it went down at the party. Now at the pool party. But that's just alleged. But I want to show you guys this. They're going to jail. Watch this. That man. Hold on, y'all. Now pay attention. This man. Right here. This man has USA carved inside of his chest, out of his chest hairs. He's standoffish. Who is this grown man? Who is the other grown man? Huh? I'll wait. So as we continue, Band-Aid Gang, there's more to it. I don't care about anyone's sexuality. I don't care. Whatever you like, I love it. But at the end of the day, Band-Aid Gang, we know that the Knights of Columbia have multiple cases for child abuse, molestation, molesting kids. Look up Knights of Columbia. Of Columbus, molesting children. And, that's Negro here or there. But as we continue, when I look at this picture, I notice that this man constantly, he has his hand on Nolan's backside. Yes, ma'am. Look up the charges that they have. Multiple sex charges. And guess what? The mayor, Robert Bobby Cox, is a third-degree Knights of Columbia. Type in Ocean Springs, right where they took the boat in that neighborhood back up there. They have the Knights of Columbia Hall. And they fund places that children were sexually abused and sex trafficked. They fund them. But they have multiple cases of molestation. Okay, let's continue. They're going to jail. This same man has his hand behind Nolan's back. But pay attention to the guy that came out today that posted last night and erased it at 3 a.m. and said that it's crazy every day you get up and you know that every day you do something that can get you 10 years plus. He came out today. But look at his hand. His hand is inside of Nolan's leg. Let's continue. So now I'm going to really make you think. Before we take these people to the jail that they belong. So ask yourself this question, gang. Hi, Diamond Gang. You know I'm about to do them all type of ways.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Diamond.
Band-Aid Gang, ask yourself
Hey,
this.
what's going on?
Now, we've seen this picture, and we've seen all the pictures and all of the stuff that went on that island. So now this picture comes out, right? And I got to looking because I'm vibrating on a very high frequency. And I zoomed in. And I looked at the guy with the glasses on. He doesn't look like he has a nose. Look at this other melanated person. And how the hat looks on this other person. And the other boy. And when you look at the original picture, there's no women. So Band-Aid Gang, ask yourself this question, gang. And think about it, because we wasn't thinking, because they tried to fool us with all the witchcraft. Now beyond that picture in the top left corner, the original picture I'll post it on my community post tonight. I'll post it on my community post tonight. But ask yourself this question as we really get ready to expose Warren and Tristan and that whole family. Ask yourself this, gang. Why was all them people out there just sitting in that murky ass water, just sitting there in a circle and not walking on the land? Tell me why they just sitting there walking on the land. I ain't walking on the land, sitting up there like it's cold, powwowing with no women. Ain't that kind of strange? Don't these boys look like that? All boys in the water looking strange like this. No women. just sitting right there in the water. Like they didn't even want to walk on the shore. Who are these people? Who the hell are these people? Ask yourself that question. Now I'm opening your pineal glands that you have. I'm gonna open your pineal up. So next time when they keep swirling these pictures and panning around, you're gonna look and say, man, why the hell is they just jumped right off the boat and just sat there in the water, bro? Like some damn creatures or something. Hit the like button. Now, anybody comes in and try to spam my chat thinking that you can help these people, hey, that's up to you. Because one thing's for sure and two things for certain, gang. I ain't got to worry about my sins in the way they do. I'm doing the God's work right now. So let's continue, gang. Let's get ready to expose these people right now. It's the moment that everybody been waiting for. So I just wanted everybody to marinate that because I wanted to set the grounds for everybody. So we're going to see right now tonight why these guys, I'm going to put them guys right there in that same suit, in that same position. But they might put them in different cells. Y'all going to see this tonight. So here we're about to go here and do this, gang. We're going to do this. We're going to make them come on out. It's time to stop hiding. Stop hiding the truth. You didn't hit it for too long. So, but now we're going to do you and get you right where we want you. And that's in jail. Before y'all cause this country to go up and start a racial war. Before we're going to stop this racial war from happening. Let's continue, gang. Let's do this. Y'all going to jail. Watch this, Band-Aid gang. I'm going to start it off with this before I even play the whole clip. Watch it out. Justice for Nolan. Lord, give us the power today that this video gets out and we get justice. Thank you, Lord, for giving us the patience and the time and everybody participating to find this one moment right here. Hit the like button, y'all. We beat you. We beat you. I'm going to start with this, gang. Best friend. There it is. So this is how it ends up. Right here. Now, I got the video. That I'm about to put out, but I want to get this first part so you guys can pay attention to this very first part. Then I'm going to play the video that's going to expose them all. Watch this, gang. Now, listen to this. Hit the like button. Let's go.
I didn't wake up again until...
Now watch this. Listen to the time that he said. Remind you, they rushed him home, but all of them left. They rushed him, got him off the boat. Now listen to this.
I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel...
Let me go right here.
At about 9:20. I didn't answer it.
Hold on. Warren called him. Watch.
Did not. So what I know, Warren started... I got my first phone call from Warren at about 9:20.
Boom. At 9:20. Y'all get y'all pen and pad. I'm about to expose him. At 9:20, y'all, he got a call from Warren. So 9:20, Warren is already panicking. At 9:20. This is not on July 5th. This is on July 4th. Warren was calling him to get ready to make the plan. At 9:20. Now watch this, y'all. They exposed themselves.
I didn't answer it. I was asleep. I'd been on the boat all day. I didn't feel like going to party anymore. I went to bed. So I got my first phone call about 9:20, and I didn't wake up again until a little after 11 o'clock, and that was to my brother coming in the room being like, "Hey."
So first of all, ask yourself this question. Let's go down the rabbit hole. He has a brother. He has an uncle. Is he adopted too? Because we got to figure out who is his people. Do he live like the rest of them? Do he live back up in there, ocean, but with all them expensive houses? Who is he? So let's continue. Because Nolan's mom don't know him being Nolan's best friend. So now, listen to what he said, gang. Watch this. 11 o'clock. He's the one, I'm going to show you right now. He's the one they gave Nolan's phone to. I'm going to show you he had Nolan's phone. Watch this. Now his brother comes in, Band-Aid Gang, and wakes him up. And watch this.
Warren's trying to get a hold of you. You need to answer the phone. They're looking for Nolan. And I'm half awake, and I pick up the phone. And by this time, nobody had came to the house to grab anything.
So where is he at then, gang? Think about this. You're going to jail. He said no one came to the house to grab anything. What kind of house you live at, gang? Where you at? No one came to the house at this time to get anything. What was they coming to get? Let's continue. I'm about to expose you.
And Warren gets on the phone.
And he said, listen, and Nolan. He was about to mention Nolan's name, and he corrected himself. See, that was the spirit of Nolan in him, making him get ready to expose him. See, Nolan was coming out this boy. Watch this, y'all.
The house to grab anything. And Nolan...
Did y'all hear that? Put a 1 in the chat if you just heard him utter the name Nolan. He said Nolan. Now he's about to panic. Watch this, gang. Remember what I said. We didn't say it. They said it.
Warren gets on the phone, and he's just like, hey, man, he was like, hey, have you talked to Nolan? Anything else? I was like, no, I haven't talked to him, man. He was with that girl last time I knew. And he was like, okay. He was like, man, we can't get a hold of him. We don't know where he's at. And I was like, man, it's Nolan. He's probably just out somewhere with that girl. Like, get a hold of the girl, you'll probably find Nolan. It's no big deal. And he was like, all right. He was like, but we're starting to freak out. We're getting on the phone with Coast Guard. I was like, okay. And
now, he said he's about to get on the phone with the Coast Guard. That's what he just said. So now he's going to say, watch it in real time. I made a call. Then after he said Warren's going to make a phone, Warren said he's going to call the Coast Guard. So he says, okay. Then he's going to say, so I called, and that's when he panicked. But watch how he switch it up.
At that time, he had already talked to his mom, Nolan's mom, and he was getting on the phone with the Coast Guard, and I'd called.
Boom! There it is. We got him. Now he's saying I called. He panics right now, Band-Aid Gang. Watch him in real time.
I need to be specific about this.
Now you need to be specific about this. Let's go.
I did not call Warren's phone.
Okay. Now he's saying he did not call Warren's phone. And he's emphasizing that. You just got off the phone with Warren. So why are you emphasizing that you did not call Warren's phone? hit the like button. Warren just called you and said he's about to call the Coast Guard. So you slip and say, hold on. I did not call Warren's phone, right? So watch where they mess themselves up at.
I called another one of our buddies.
He called another one of their buddies' phone. Now watch this. He don't call him on his phone. He calls him on another buddy's phone. What other buddy is in the house? Your brother woke you up.
Phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone.
Boom. He was talking on the other buddy's phone on loudspeaker. So basically, he calls right back to Warren. Watch in real time. He calls Warren right back, and they all on the speakerphone now. Pay attention.
Talking to Warren.
He just said, I was talking to Warren on my other buddy's phone. So that puts Warren where? That puts Warren is going to be with them. Watch this, gang. Warren is going to be with them. Now they're all on speakerphone, getting ready to make the plan to get rid of Nolan's body. Watch this, gang.
He was dialing Coast Guard because he.
So he calls right back to one of the other friends that was with Warren, but he did it on another buddy's phone. Hit the like button. But he calls right back, and Warren is there. And now Warren's going to tell him he's finna call the Coast Guard. Watch this. So that means Warren is listening to this whole phone call. Now watch this.
He hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided.
Boom! We beat you. Now I'm finna get to the meat and potatoes. So he said he didn't talk to Warren. I'm about to do y'all all type of ways. Watch this, y'all. This is what he said. He said, I didn't talk to Warren until the next morning. He said next morning. Quote that. Until, now listen to him say it in real time. Listen to him say it in real time.
On the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided. Well, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning.
They all decided. There it is. We got you. They all decided to do what, Band-Aid Gang? They all decided to go back to Horn Island. At what time, Band-Aid Gang? So now I'm about to bring this video up right now, expose them. Let's do it. We keyed in. Everybody caught up. So watch this. Real time, y'all. They going to jail. They told on themselves. We didn't do it. Diamond Gang, they did it. Y'all going to jail. They are going to jail. Watch this, y'all. This will send them to prison. Let's do them all type of ways. So, Band-Aid Gang, he said that he didn't talk to Warren until the next day, until they all decided, right? He said at 7 in the morning. At 7 in the morning, he talked to Warren. Let's go.
I called another one of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren.
Bingo. Now listen.
He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided.
Boom. When we all decided, the next morning, he didn't talk to Warren until the next morning. He said he didn't talk to Warren until the next morning at what, Band-Aid Gang? Let's continue.
Well, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to.
Boom. We had all did he say we all decided? Hit the like button. He said we all decided to do what? Tristan, to do what?
Go out on the boat.
To get on the boat. They all decided to get on the boat at 7 in the morning.
And go look for Nolan.
And go look for Nolan. At 7 in the morning, Band-Aid Gang. Now, this is what I want y'all to pay attention to. At 7 in the morning, they getting ready to go look for Nolan. And Warren is there. Because they all decided. But look how long it takes them to get there. He's going to say they got to the island around 9:45. It took them damn near 2 hours to get to Horn Island. Let's continue to track him. But remember, Warren is with them.
Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water.
Guess who had the boat still in the water, Band-Aid Gang? So they went on Wyatt's boat. That's something that you guys going to need to really emphasize. Remember, they left on Wyatt's boat. They left on Wyatt's boat with Warren. So now they're on Wyatt's boat because it was still in the water. Now listen to this.
Water, we took that boat out. It was
What day are we talking?
So that's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the 6th. The 5th.
On the 5th, y'all. They took Wyatt's boat. Warren is there. And they left at 7. Now watch this.
So it was Saturday the 4th was the 4th of July. The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45.
Boom. They were on the water, gang. We beat you at 9:45. But they left at 7. They on the water at 9:45. So watch this.
To 11:50.
11:50 to 12. So that means they was on Horn Island for about roughly 2 hours, faking like they searching for something. We beat you. They're going to jail. So they're on the island acting like they searching for something. They had almost 2 hours. They spent 2 hours on the island, Band-Aid Gang, until what happened? So for 2 hours, nobody was messing with them. Nobody was messing with them for almost 2 hours on that island. Before what happened? Watch this.
12 o'clock era, about lunchtime. While we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water and said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man.
Yeah.
So the professionals told them, hey, clean up, get up out of here. Around 12 o'clock. So here it is, Band-Aid Gang. The big moment that everyone has been waiting for. And that's for them to slip up and make this mistake. Watch this, gang.
They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already told.
No, he wanted you to get on social media and find out who saw what went on. Let's continue.
Walk to a good amount of people out there. So it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started the search off socials and started sharing.
My stepdad.
Now here it is. Here's the moment. Everybody, please double tap y'all screens. Please get the like buttons up. How many likes we got, y'all? If y'all don't want to donate to the channel, give a super chat or anything for me finding out this information for y'all, just feel free and please hit my like button so we can get this in the algorithm. This is the moment that everybody have been waiting for. Let's go.
Dad walked to my room. He said, "Hey, like."
His dad walks in his. Now listen, y'all. Now Warren is telling his part. His stepdad walks down into his room. Now listen. It says in the caption, my stepdad walked in my room. He said, "Hey,
Have they heard anything about Nolan? Like,
have they heard anything about Nolan?" That's what the stepdaddy said, Band-Aid Gang. The stepdaddy came down there and said, have you heard anything about Nolan? And listen what the stepdaddy says after that.
what's going on? Because I hadn't spoke to him.
So the stepdaddy said, what's going on? Because I hadn't spoke to him. So ask yourself this question, Band-Aid Gang. What is the stepdad needs to talk to Nolan first? Why would Nolan be communicating with the stepdad for? Because right here in the caption, the stepdad said, like, what's going on? Because I hadn't spoke to him. Hit the like button. We beat you. So watch this, Band-Aid Gang.
And he was like, I was like, yeah, no, like, I don't know. I had just gotten up. And he was like, all right, well, we're going and getting on the boat and looking.
He said, all right, so now we're going on the boat to go look for Nolan. So who's going on the boat? Who's going on the boat? Because Warren, at 7 o'clock in the morning, ain't you supposed to be with Christian? Warren?
For him. And I was like, okay, yeah. So I got my buddy Ricky.
He went with Ricky.
I got my buddy Brooks.
He went with Brooks.
Got my buddy Jax, my mom.
He with his buddy Jax. And they mama, the lawyer.
Mom came on the boat with my stepdad and I, and we all went out there and looked.
They went out there and looked. I said, damn. Where's Tristan? Where's Tristan, Warren? Because ain't you already out on the island from 9:45 to 11:50? Ain't you on the island then? Because you ain't on the island with your daddy, Jax, Robert, your mama, and Tristan. I said, damn. You're going to jail. Because where's Tristan at, gang? Because y'all been out there since 7 in the morning, unless it's 2 of you. We beat you. Unless it is 2 of you, Warren. You're already on Horn Island, ain't you? With Tristan and Nolan's phone? Because you got Nolan's phone between you and Tristan. And y'all got it about 7 o'clock in the morning. And y'all had it then from about 9:45 till 11:50-ish. You've been gone. So what we trying to figure out is what time your daddy came down the stairs. and woke you up? Huh? What time your daddy came down the stairs and woke you up and took you, your mama, your buddy Jax, your buddy Robert, but y'all didn't have Christian with you. So, who came and told y'all that they got this in control now? Was it your mama friends, the big lawyer, the dirty cop? Who came down there and met y'all to help with the cover-up? Because we just exposed you, gang. And I know you praying to God that don't nobody see this video. So, you better have a twin. You better have a twin to come cover up this cover up. And you know, a lie will change 1,000 times. But you can't lie no more. You can't lie anymore. The people can't say anymore that we're exaggerating, that these boys are innocent. They can't say it anymore, y'all. I just giving you guys a video that you can take to everybody and debunk everything that they said about us not having the right to say that these boys are guilty. We didn't say it. They said it. So we had to be patient enough and wait till they said it. And remember what I said. A lie will change 1,000 times. Truth is off. It doesn't change. So you tried to change your lie when you went on the show today. So from this video, we knew it was coming. So with this video, Band-Aid Gang, can't nobody say that you are innocent. You are guilty. Your dad, in captions, came downstairs asking you, have you heard from Nolan? Because he hadn't heard from him. What is your daddy communicating with Nolan for? Why did your dad come down and say, have you heard from Nolan? You went with Tristan at 7 in the morning. I told you guys, this dude is Bishop from Juice. There it is. And the sad thing about it, he doesn't have no remorse. He's been walking around with a straight face. He never cried for that boy. He never cared about that boy. And that whole time, Nolan Wells was sitting around y'all. Y'all allegedly was waiting on the right moment to unalive him. I'm not a babysitter, Mr. Brigg, or whatever your name is down there. Respectfully. Go do your research. And don't come disrespecting my chat. Don't disrespect my chat. Now, if you come in here, and if you even leave another comment, we're going to zap you and get you straight up out of here. Somebody get him up out of here. One of my minds, shoot him to the moon. We don't want you over here, gang. I don't got to repeat myself. Go watch the video I just did. I'll put a short out for you too. It's not the babysitting channel. Weirdo. There it is, gang. There it is. We don't have to keep on doing this no longer. Take this video. 648 people in here. Take this video and just play it for your folks. And put the two timing together. They busted themselves. And oh yeah, how did they manipulate everything, Band-Aid gang? It's provenly done. So there it is. I'm not sitting up here and continue to go on and on and on with y'all. We just beat them, Band-Aid gang. This is enough evidence to get these boys convicted to go to prison. Now, here's the thing. With us showing these people this, they can't turn us down. They can't turn us down anymore. I don't care what you try to do to me, death threats, or anything. I didn't say it. They said it. Warren, you are a stone cold unaliver. And the craziest part about this, who you trying to cover up? Because I know I wouldn't be doing all this type of covering up for Bart or for somebody else that did it. Ask yourself this question too. Put a 1 in the chat, gang. After seeing this video, do you think the dad and the mother should go to jail too?
Yep. I believe it's the adults that's trying to get them to cover for them.
Bingo. In that order. And they knew all the time. What the key word that made me feel like the parents need to go to jail, Diamond Gang, what made me feel like the parents needed to go to jail was when the dad came down there and said, because I haven't talked to him. When your dad comes downstairs and asks you, hey, where's Nolan? Have you heard from him? Because I haven't talked to him. That right there made me say, come on, bring that daddy in too. Bring him on in here too. Because what is you talk? You and Nolan got private conversations?
That's like saying in so many words, where is he at? Like, I did something, but yeah, where is your friend at, huh?
Right.
Like, he's done something that because like you said, why out of all the people all the kids that were out there, why would he mention Nolan's name out of the book?
Right. And then say, because I haven't talked to him. Like Nolan's calling him all the time or something. But Warren, you said not one time. Now, you know what also messes him up too, Diamond Gang? Let me tell you, I'm going to show you another thing that messes them up. Is when Tristan said they was on Wyatt's boat because it was already in the water. So that means, and when Warren went out, he never said he went out with Wyatt's boat. He never even mentioned Wyatt in the equation. He said the mom, the dad, Robert, Brooks went out. And I'm going to do this for all the replay gang, probably for that stupid Dracula looking dude. And I'm not going to stop it or do anything. I'm just going to let it play out so everybody can hear this in real time.
One of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren. He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided, well, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat. and go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water. We took that boat out. It was
What
a
day
group
are
of
we
us.
talking?
That's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on
So
the 6th, the 5th?
So it was Saturday the 4th was the 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45 to 11:50, 12 o'clock era, about lunchtime.
Mm-hmm.
While we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water and said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man.
Yeah.
They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already talked to a good amount of people out there. So it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started the search off socials and started sharing.
My stepdad walked to my room and he said, "Hey, like, have they heard anything about Nolan? Like, what's going on?" Because I hadn't spoke to him. And he was like, I was like, "Yeah, no, like, I don't know. I had just gotten up." And he was like, "All right, well, we're going and getting on the boat and looking for him." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." So I got my buddy Ricky, I got my buddy Brooks, I got my buddy Jax. My mom came on the boat with my stepdad and I, and we all went out there and looked. When I got out there was dozens of DMR boats, helicopters, planes flying over Horn Island. And this wasn't just Horn Island. There was also Ship Island they were looking at, I'm sure, and Chandelier Island, Petty.
There's no doubt in my mind. I believe those boys was covering up for some adults. And I believe the adults was trying to get them to come up with a narrative to spin everybody.
I'm just at this point in time, what we just seen in real time, Diamond. I ain't got no words, bro. Because it makes me even think too hard when I don't even need to be thinking that hard, bro. What they did to that boy and why they did it. How did he suffer? For what reason did he suffer? Why is the state of Mississippi trying to cover this up? How do they live with that? Now everybody can start mourning. Now y'all can mourn. Now his mama can rest. Now his mama don't have to go through that no more. That boy mama can rest. She ain't got to be thinking now that she overthinking. That her son drowned. That her son was on drugs. Her son was drinking. And he drowned. That right there clearly showed you, chat, he didn't drown. This video simply showed you the reason why they took that boy's throat and they took that boy's lungs. They took that boy body parts out of his body for nothing. They took that boy body parts, his throat, his lungs, for nothing. They took that boy's body and put it on a plane and sent it to D.C. for nothing. For nothing. They held that boy's autopsy. Made his mama go spend some more money for another one. For nothing. For this retarded ass looking ass dude, Goofy's up here. They was willing to send this country into total chaos for these goofies. They was about to send this entire country, the South, the Midwest, the East Coast, for these two goofies. They just killed, unalived, a young black female to set an example to my people for nothing. They was about to sacrifice people's lives for some adopted ass silver spoon duck hunting, boat riding, cocaine, spoiled ass boy. Think about it. They was gonna try to take this to the grave, gang.
Dove.
Go ahead.
Even with the other interview that they just did, you clearly could see that the adult with the Cox hat on giving signals to the boys and to the host, like it was all rehearsed. I believe that they are also covering up for adults. And when we find that information,
they're covering up for a cult.
That yep, exactly. And when it does come out, it's gonna pop the lid off on everybody. It's gonna be a Rick effect.
It was almost like the Epstein files, but because it's a lot of big players, and if these two boys had messed this up, it was a lot of players gonna go down. That whole Biloxi area is based off of money laundering, strip clubs, brothels.
Right. And do you think that they were forced to do these interviews?
I believe, of course, they was forced to do these interviews. They were forced to do everything that they did. To become a member of the Knights of Columbus, you can only be males. It's a male organization. And you can only join when you're 18. So that's why we see a lot of boys in that water. That's why you were seeing a lot of boys in that water. A lot of boys holding on to boys. Y'all pay attention when you start seeing the pictures, they gonna hit different. Nolan with a whole bunch of boys. Who was taking those pictures of a whole bunch of boys lined up like that, Band-Aid gang?
You're right. Who took the picture?
Who was taking those pictures? Look at some of the younger pictures of Nolan with them boys. It was all boys, and they would always put Nolan where? In the middle. Nolan was always the center of the pictures. Someone turned 18 that day, didn't he? Band-Aid gang. Someone turned 18 years old that day. And they was ready to join. Did I mention that? Oh, I must have left that part out. Nolan was 18. All the people in the pool looked crazy. The girls stood around girls. The boys stood around boys. But remember, Band-Aid gang, what Tristan said. Tristan said he was supposed to go on that boat with that party, but he was begged to go on his uncle's boat. His uncle had 12 people on his boat, and he knew nobody was going to help him on that boat. So he wanted Tristan to go. And Tristan clearly said, counting him and his uncle, made 14 people on one boat. And he said, clearly, my uncle said, when we get out there, you can go do whatever you want. I don't need you anymore. I just need to go down here. I'm going to let you hear it in real time. I don't have to make it up. We have just busted probably a big human sex trafficking organization. So it is what it is. So they may have let me show you this, gang. We don't have to play no more. And I'm glad we showed this because it's up to Nolan's mom and Nolan's father to react. Diamond, let me ask you about that. At this point, it's up to Nolan's mom and father to figure out, should they get the hell out of Mississippi? Because we don't know what could have possibly happened. So now what we need to worry about now, think about this. If the higher anarchies see this video, not my anarchy, their anarchy, sees this video, allegedly, Tristan is going to come up missing. Because Tristan would have to take the stand and go against Warren. Someone is about to come up missing. Because that organization is not going out like that. It was a lot of money spent to get those helicopters and those planes and the people that came down there and put Nolan's body and to turn off the satellites up there so some people couldn't track those boats. That cost a whole lot of money. Band-Aid gang. And the devil always comes back to get his daddy. Tristan is next on the chopping block. Tristan is next on the chopping block. And you know, the thing about it is that allegedly Jaquan could be in danger too. Because now it's going to go from that skin tone. You're just a little bit darker, Tristan. Now Tristan is going to have to take the stand. And do you think that Tristan, we just seen in real time, Band-Aid Gang, they was same time, place, but two different stories. There is no way, after seeing that they should not be prosecuted. So when they go to that courtroom, Diamond, somebody gonna take a deal. Christian gonna take a deal, gang. But before they give him a chance to take a deal, they're knocking down.
Yep.
Because if they knock him down, maybe all of the rest of the bigger players won't come out. Everybody, we just broke this case. We did tonight, and it was right there in our faces. But see, that's why that little girl allegedly probably lost her life. That they hung that girl in Mississippi to distract us. Because we was getting a little too close. But they did that with Nolan from the Trayvon. It was probably a lot of keys in there, but we missed it because they distracted us with this. But this one went a little too far. They didn't think, they thought this was going to get by. But they didn't know we was going to dig deep like this because they claimed it an accidental death. They thought we weren't going to look into it. They didn't think that we was going. Social media, YouTube is undefeated. And so is the Band-Aid Gang. I am undefeated. And I ain't got to dox you. I don't got to dox you to get you. I just got to stay true to myself. And anything that I feel is wrong, and I know it in my soul, I can't lose. None of us will lose. But I'm going to show you this. So you guys ask your question. We seen this. We saw this. Man, y'all please share this live out so all these other CCs gang can get this message out and put you know what I'm saying, take it to the next level. Please take this to the next level, y'all. So we're going to go play. I'm going to play this right here for y'all. And let y'all be the judge. Okay? So, this will throw a red flag up to everybody as well. I'm going to play this. I want y'all to listen to this.
Because in my head, if I wasn't drinking, if I didn't get...
I want y'all to listen to this.
Podcasting shouldn't stress you out. Stop.
Please double tap the
Riverside
screen. Let's get the
all you
video
need to
and the
produce a
algorithm.
high-quality podcast.
We have to manipulate the algorithm because at this time we have to get the likes up because they're gonna start tapping in and try to keep my algorithms down. They're gonna try to. I'm telling you, that whole area, that golf. That's why their phones wasn't working. That whole area is off the grid. They control that grid up there too. That's why people's phones was freaking out and doing all type of stuff. That Gulf has a lot of crimes going on. From Louisiana, think about it. If you can get out to Horn Island and no police are there. Them people wasn't even patrolled, gang. Little kids was able to go out there and drink. So imagine the boats that are coming from the Louisiana coast, right? From the Louisiana area, riding all the way to Horns Island. It's a lot of trafficking going on around there. So how do you know that, Band-Aid? Gang, this is alleged. But I'm pretty factual about it. So I'm going to show you something that's going to throw a red flag to you guys.
Everyone keeps asking me how I do my podcast
I'm gonna
alone.
give you guys
The
a red
answer,
flag.
Riverside. I get high quality podcast
Right here, this will give you a
recordings
red flag.
The relationship there has always been was with
I'm going to get to it. Hold on.
point in time.
Let me show you why, how he explained it.
We're there to have fun and to just live. And that's how growing up, and I have more big boy stuff, but in high school, all I cared about was going to hang out with my guys, with my girlfriend.
I want y'all to pay attention to this as well. When he told his life story, did he ever mention his mom, his dad, or who he lived with? He never mentioned his mom and his dad. Not one time. You could tell by his posture, he's holding a lot of, he's been hurt. He's been hurt. He's been through a lot of trauma. That's why he was so angry. He's been through a lot of trauma. I believe that he doesn't live with his biological family. And I believe all those girls that was in that swimming pool don't live with their biological family either. I believe that all those children were adopted children that the Knights of Columbia funded the foster homes that those children were put in. And those rich people went and adopted those children. That's why everybody was wondering why nobody said anything and spoke up for Nolan. So I'm going to play this clip and let you guys be the judge.
Just because I wanted to be with the guys. I never once I was offered, I got begged to get
right here
on the boat.
Just listen to this story in a different type of ear. Listen to this story in a different type of ear. Queen, if you don't care, why are you here? Because you're a distraction. But it doesn't matter anymore. Because the stuff that you're saying doesn't matter anymore. What you say doesn't matter to me. We just exposed what you're trying to make look like a lie. How about it? And matter of fact, I don't want you here. Dismiss yourself. And you can dismiss yourself too. Goodbye. So here we go, Band-Aid gang. Let's do what we do and cook they ass.
One of the group that was supposed to go out.
So listen to this story in the Band-Aid gang type of ear.
To Horn Island.
So I wasn't, no, clear that up. No, I was not on the boat with them. Yes, I was a part of the group that was supposed to go out. So the only reason why I did not go on the boat is I was offered.
In another type of ear. So in another type of ear, he said that he was offered. He was offered. No, in another type of ear. He was offered. What was he offered? Now look into this, y'all.
I got begged to go, but
first you got offered, now you got begged to go.
My uncle, we also took 12 people out on our boat, not including us two, so 14. And my uncle knows the passengers wouldn't have helped. Generally,
his uncle got 14 people on a damn boat, and they wouldn't have helped. 14 people on a boat that wouldn't have helped. Help do what? Throw their can in the trash can? Hand them a lighter? Throw away a trash can? Hand them a lighter? Roll up a blunt? Or just set an anchor down? Out of 12 people, is there any men on this boat? Hit the like button. Is there any men on this boat? Are you the only man body figure other than your uncle on that boat? Put a 1 in the chat if I'm cooking, please. Put a 1 in the chat if I'm cooking, please. So it's just sounding like, to me, Diamond Gang, that there is a whole boat full of women. This boat has all women. It is 12 women on this boat and 2 guys. I'm gonna do them all type of ways. Let me cook, y'all. So, cause I know if it was just me and my partner, 3 of my partners, we can drop an anchor. That ain't shit. The rest of y'all might make these motherfuckers sink. The rest of y'all might only. You should have said, "Come on, gang." So listen to this though. Listen what the uncle, the Godfather. Listen what the Godfather Kingpin told him.
it wouldn't have helped with anything. With that many people on a boat, you need a little bit of help. So my uncle was like, "Hey, can you just ride out with me and you can go do your thing throughout the day on the island? I don't care. I don't need."
So that means, can you just go with me to help me drop the anchor? Because all these girls on here can't do this manly job. The way he's talking, him and the uncle is the only 2 men on there. So the uncle tells him, once we get there, this is what the uncle said, y'all. Once we get there, you can do whatever you want. Now watch this.
I just need help to get out there and then pick everything up.
Boom. What the uncle need to pick up out there, gang? I said, damn. The uncle it sounds like the uncle going to pick up something. Is he going to pick up a couple of bricks? Or drop off a couple of chicks and pick up some more chicks? And take them up through the boat route that they went and drop them off at a couple of them rich people's house. I said, damn. Because the uncle just trying to get out there and pick up some bricks and drop off some chicks. If you know what I'm talking about. Thank you for saying I broke this case. I'm just trying to help people. See, the best way to hide something is put it in plain sight. You just can't do that with me, though. That's why I just stay in my lane. You know? So, the uncle said, you can get on. Get on about it. So remember, when they had to get him off the island, remember when Javon said, It was some adults on that boat. They were trying to get him back up. Some adults on that boat. He didn't say uncles. He didn't say his uncle was trying to get him back. So what about them girls that was sitting in the pool at the pool party? And all of them girls was right where the girls was at. And all the boys was all hugged up on each other. Did I mention that? Oh, I must have left that part out. So, tell me why in that swimming pool, Nolan was kind of looking back. Y'all remember that game? Put a one in the chat. I'm finna cook. I'm about to cook a little bit. So, here's the thing. And I'm going to show you some more. So, Nolan was looking back, kind of eerie. And those other little white boys was around Nolan in that swimming pool. And Nolan was looking back at the cameraman. So I tell you what, Band-Aid Gang, you know what I kind of think, and this is just alleged, do your own research. At a point in time, I believe that they took that picture with Nolan's phone. Hit the like button. They took that picture with Nolan's phone. That's how they got in it. That's why he was saying, give me my effing phone. Because he had the phone. The phone was unlocked by then. That's why Nolan wanted his phone. Because y'all took it. And they snapped the picture. With one boy about to get his butt taken. Looking scared to life. And another man with USA carved out in his chest. I said, damn. Band-Aid Gang. So now we know what possibly might be going on Horns Island. I'm going to call it Ho Island from now on. Horns Island. At Horns Island. Not Horn Island. Horns Island. We beat you. So now, just to show you that ain't no cap in our rap. There ain't no cap in our rap. We don't do that. No, ain't no cap. Ain't no capping. Ain't no capping in our rap. So now, Band-Aid, let's get to the meats and get to the potatoes. Just for those that think I play. What I do is expose. That's what I do. I don't know about you. So we get into it and make sure that when you guys go down the rabbit hole, go down it right now. Go down that rabbit hole right. You did. So this is what we're going to do. I'm going to make it a little bit better for you. So in the Band-Aid Gang eyes, and this is how the Band-Aid Gang do, right? In our eyes, this is what we see. We see that this is Robert Bobby Cox. Now, it's the reason why I say that, right, gang? It is a reason why we say things like this over here on this channel. Robert Bobby Cox. We are reading here. As we scroll down, this is the mayor of Ocean Springs. The mayor of Ocean Springs. Okay. Right here. I'm going to highlight it for you. Right here. Watch this. Watch me cook. Right there. He is a third-degree Okay. Can y'all hear me? Put a one in chat.
I can hear you.
He is a third-degree member of the Knights of Columbus Diamond Gang. It goes up to 4. It goes up to 4. 4 degrees. So now we know it's Knights of Columbus. Okay? So now we're going to see what happens when we do this. Okay. So when we do that, Band-Aid Gang, we have to be strategic on how we move. So this is what my people should see. This is what they're trying to hide from the people. So we'll Band-Aid Gang, the Knights of Columbus. Can you see that, Diamond Gang? Can y'all see that? There it is. Over 100 boys were molested. They were involved by what? The Knights of Columbus. Look, historical child abuse allegations stemming from youth programs, gang. Over here, 2 suits over here against Knights of Columbus claims sex abuse. Another abuse lawsuit in Connecticut. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. The Knights of Columbus. The mayor of Ocean Springs was in pictures with Warren's mother. Warren is her adopted child. But guess what a company, well, a group of men do even though they have lawsuits against them for sexual crimes? They still go hard. They still go hard, gang. What you mean they going hard, Dove? They don't care. Because it's a sucker born every day. So meaning that they still donate money like this right here. They still. So this is what's going to blow your mind, gang. Another piece. I got a lot that'll blow your mind. But just for instance, y'all seen that with your own eyes. I didn't say it. They said it. So here's another thing, Band-Aid Gang. So with that being said, they also, the Knights of Columbus, Diamond Gang, they donated $3,000 to a foster home for trafficking survivors. I didn't say it. They said it.
Hey, Dove, and you know what I just found out?
What, gang?
Officer Tatum is affiliated with the Knights of Columbus.
There it is. That's the officer that cleaned up the mess, huh? No, that's Officer Tatum. Also, Officer Tatum, Knights of
That's the
Columbus.
one interviewing them.
Yeah, I know, yeah. Really?
I'm about to send it to you. I'm about to send you the information.
Donating $3,000.
Look, y'all.
Back in, the Knights of Columbus of Georgetown donating $3,000 toward the completion of a foster group home.
And that will be built in Berea. The facility will serve teenage girls who have...
Boom! Teenage girls. Foster home. I wonder who Katie was. Huh? Band-Aid Gang? Who was Katie? Katie. All those girls. And guess what, Band-Aid Gang? The dad, Warren's dad, Bart's dad is a pill doctor. Bart's dad is able to prescribe medicine to young people that suffer trauma. So the little girls allegedly was able to get prescription drugs when they show that they come from the foster home. And he can give them prescription drugs. And Nolan's mom worked at the same hospital. So, Band-Aid Gang, okay, so let's cook again, Band-Aid Gang. And I'm done. Close the case. Because I'm not talking too fast. You're just listening too slow. So, Band-Aid Gang, Diamond, you know we break cases, Diamond. Diamond is the first one to even go to this level. And I just ran with it. She brought that to the forefront. Diamond did. She's a fucking beast. No questions about it. So, Band-Aid Gang, let's do this then. Let's talk about it. So now, when you do this, Band-Aid Gang, because we'll do an aerial assault on your ass too. We'll drop bombs like Hiroshima. Now I said, damn. We'll do an aerial assault. Because we are the law. How is you a Diamond Gang the law? Because we control the land, the air, and the water. Land, air, water. We are the law. So, Band-Aid Gang,
Hey,
so,
Dove,
sure.
real quick. Someone's talking to me in the chats before you
Okay.
say anything.
All right.
Shirley asked me, is that listed somewhere about Officer Tatum? You can type in Officer Tatum affiliated with Knights of Columbus, and you will see that he is directly connected and has worked with the Knights of Columbus numerous of times. So, if he's affiliated with this organization, 9 times out of 10, he is also on their payroll and also know exactly what they're covering up. So it's not a coincidence he's the only one that's interviewing them.
Okay, Band-Aid gang, Diamond gang, you're awesome. The gang is awesome. So let's do an aerial attack. So now we come in from the helicopter. The helicopter got a big Band-Aid on it, and we're coming down. Flying in, there's Horn Island, right? So it said, listen, Band-Aid gang, it said they went up here, over here through this cove. They came up through here. Y'all remember that, Diamond gang? They came up through here. Right here it says Ocean Springs. So we're going to zoom down. This is where they came. On the boat. They came up through here. And then right over here, they rode the boat over here. Over here is a boat club. You see where it says Resort and Marina right there. Boat, right here is an RV place. They came and swung around here. And you see this bridge right here, Band-Aid gang? Let me show you. Right there. That bridge is where they claim this bridge right here, and it's called Washington Avenue. Put a 1 in the chat if you see Washington Avenue. Can you see it, Diamond? Do I got to zoom in more? Well, this bridge right here, it says, that's Washington Avenue, gang. That Washington Avenue, it goes down. So what we're going to do, this is where I believe they got off of the boat. Now, this part, I'm going to say is alleged. Definitely. But it's kind of good because the reason why I say that, they said they got off of the boat up under a bridge, and that's when they put the plug in. You remember when they said they put that plug in, Diamond, up under the bridge? They jumped out the boat, and they put the plug back in. That's what they said. But I think they went down Washington, right here. This is Washington. I believe they went down Washington, down this road. Look at me going down the road. You see, am I moving, Diamond? I believe when they went down this road. Can you hear me, Diamond gang?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Down Washington right here.
Yep.
Okay, gang. Down Washington. Look what y'all gonna see right here, Band-Aid gang. I can't make this shit up. Right here. Down that road. There it is. There it is. There it is. We have liftoff. Right here, you got the St. Apostle Catholic Church on this side, right here. They're going Catholic Church. All these buildings right here are like little duck-offs. But right here, right there, is King of Columbus Hall.
Wow. So they were directly, that explains it. That was their headquarters.
There it is. But right there is Knights of Columbus Hall. But here's the thing. When you try to go down there, and y'all know I mastered this shit. Like, I can't make this shit up. Like, I'm trying to get it. Sorry about that, gang. Okay. I'm trying to get my screen. Give me 1 second. There it is. But right here, it started messing up. Now, where it started messing up, you got to go back to this then, babe. Right? Yeah, there it is. There it is. So y'all know that you can do a ground view where you can see like straight ahead, like you walking through your eyes, like third party, right? I had did that so many times my life dealing with this program. So this what blew my mind. When I went to the street view, To your right is a little dark street, which is Washington Street, right here. And usually anytime, right here, this little back cut. So anytime that I would, let me see, X map. Okay. Anytime that I would try to go down on the ground and turn left and go all the way to the front door, guess what would happen, Band-Aid Gang? It wouldn't allow me to move any further. The arrow would shoot up in the sky like it was shot, like I was taking off in a rocket. And I'm like, why won't it let me go up in there? You know why? Because they controlled the grid. Now that's power. It won't let me all the way down there. Even now, it won't let me go no closer than it's letting me go. So Band-Aid Gang, we're dealing with a big operation. The hall is smack dead center around the corner. And y'all seen the lawsuits with the kids. So now here's the thing. That's why Katie didn't step up. What was the uncle dropping off? Or picking up? Was Nolan a sacrifice? That's why they donated the money to those clubs and had those sexual charges with boys. We don't know if they was trying to take Warren's, yeah. And not Warren, I mean Nolan's, you know what I'm saying? Because it looked like they was trying to groom him. So Band-Aid Gang, that's what we're up against. We beat the case. Now, some people can be nosy and be a little too nosy and somebody knock their noodles loose. I did what I did. I said what I said. Nolan was sacrificed. Nolan had something in his phone that them boys didn't want the world to see. Nolan had something in his phone, or he was sacrificed.
And what if he snuck onto their property and took pictures?
Well, that could have been, I don't think he was that deep into that. I don't think he was, but here it is right there. Hall of Columbus, Knights of Columbus Hall, gang. There it is, y'all. There it is. So what do the Diamond Gang, Band-Aid Gang, all the people on social media? I can walk you to the water, but I can't make you drink. This rabbit hole is humongous. Now, the people that's getting a chance to see this, there it is. Now you can take the players, right? Which is, we know the dad, the mayor, which is connected. Y'all all seen that. That the mayor is connected to Warren's mom and dad. But here's the catch. Warren is adopted. And that really made my hairs on my neck crawl. And the reason why it did, Band-Aid Gang, because when now we seen that they funded orphans. They funded orphans, and the charges that the Knights of Columbus has. It was some lawsuits that they had. They were settling out with one case that they had, gang. They settled for $5 million. Now you tell me, if they paid $5 million for you to settle, they want a case of $5 million settlement. Man, that means they got a lot of money And they was willing to drop it just so that shit wouldn't be exposed. Bro, they settled for $5 million. 100 boys was getting molested. And here's the thing. The coaches was doing it. I was like, damn, did Nolan coach Nolan coach was suspect too. So this is really big, gang. Now it's our job to pray that it gets into algorithms, share it to your friends, send it out, put it on all your social media channels. Chop this video up. I'm not going to flag nobody. I want you to get it out there. Chop it up, screen record some of this stuff with your phone and get it out there. I'm going to put just the plain video out. So if anybody wants to send the plain video without me talking, I'm going to upload that, and I'm also going to put a short out. And then you can chop this up and do whatever you want to. Because hopefully that now you can start looking at certain individuals and certain players and put more stuff together. And there you have a human alleged sex trafficking operation, money laundering operation. Because when you look them up, I want people to also look at how the district, watch this. Somebody type in, I'm not going to be doing all that. I think I had an excellent show. I got a lot of good people over here. Y'all stuck around. Y'all listened. Y'all made me perform the best that I could. And I'm going to level down, gang. I know I want to take my channel to the next level. So what I'm going to do also is get better with toning it down. But at the same time, I think my passion helps me be who I am. Some people say I yell, but I think that's what makes me. But I also want to kind of tone it down. I'm gonna practice on that because I'm pretty good at what I do. And I got great people behind me. My mods, the people that bring me some information, Diamond, Dr. E, it's just a formula. So
Right. And I just want to say, too, when you guys get a chance, when you look at this latest interview that they did with Officer Tatum, you will see this man wearing a baseball cap, and it says Cox on it.
Yes.
You
I
will
said that earlier.
see, yep, you will see him giving hand signals with that cap. Just sit back and watch. Look at how that man is moving. He was probably sent there to make sure that they kept their narrative on that interview. He probably was the person
Ooh.
that was keeping them in check.
Ooh. Bravo. You right, Diamond. Because you know what? Maybe that was why the word Cox was on the hat.
Yep. And every
Because if
time
you're
that he
third,
wanted,
go ahead, sis.
every time that he wanted them not to say something or to say or do something, or for the officer Tatum to say something or not do something, he'll tip his hat. Count how many times he tipped that hat directing at the boys and at Officer Tatum. You will see him doing multiple times. And you can see he's pissed. That man is mad.
Ooh,
And he
Diamond,
has
keep
to
on
be
cooking.
there.
I'm enjoying this. Keep on
When
cooking,
you
Diamond.
look
Keep
at the
on.
video, you will see how mad that man is that's in that hat. That ain't somebody that's coming to quote unquote be there as support system for those boys. No, he was sent
Ooh.
there to be with those boys to make sure they did not say anything they wasn't supposed to say that was going to get their family in trouble.
Ooh, Diamond. Ooh,
And if
Diamond.
they are all adopted and they're all are affiliated with the Knights of Columbus, it'll explain why that man had that Cox name on that hat.
Matt.
That is not a coincidence that that man chose that damn hat to be in a part of an
Ooh.
interview. That was a signal to the people that are above all of them.
Yes, exactly. And the daddy is a third degree. It's only 4 degrees in that group. So that whole building may be owned by Robert Bobby Cox. We beat you.
Yep. So next time y'all look at that last video that Officer Tatum did, Tatum, once again, remember, he is affiliated with the Knights of Columbus. So he is working with them. He is doing this on a favor, probably for the people of higher ups in the Knights of Columbus. So this is to spin the narrative to make it seem like they are trying to paint a narrative against what is being put out there. People are too
Okay.
close to finding out what's really going on. That's the
Right.
reason why they're trying to put out their own narratives, but they're telling on themselves.
Right.
And we now know what we need to know. So you guys do your research. Y'all will see that this is all gonna eventually hit the fan.
Well, at this point, gang, I think that we are pretty much ahead of every other content creator. I think we're just a little bit ahead of everyone else. So it's at this point, what do we do? At this point, I think this is enough to get us justice, but all the other content creators have to really bring this out. And then when you get to this level that we are now, it's almost like you're playing with your life. It's like, okay, it's only so far that you need to go because now they got the flock cameras. And I'm not trying to get followed home off a flock camera and they try to do me all type of ways. You feel what I'm saying, man?
Right, right. So look, this is the thing. They're not the only group, organization, cult that's out there doing this the same exact thing. This has probably been going on in different states for a very long time. This is just one of many. One of many. There's a couple people that are in Congress right now being actively investigated on SA charges currently right now. So this is bigger than just them.
Right.
This is gonna be multiple cults coming to the light, and people are gonna end up getting in a lot of trouble here very soon. But I think that what they're trying to do is spin a narrative to try to get people to not look at them anymore, or they're trying to cover up for the people that actually did the crime. So they want them to come out and spin a narrative.
And ooh, this person right here said something absolutely right. D. Williams, I agree. Because I don't think that I think Ben Crump is a plant. That's just, I think because you don't see any groundwork. We just beat the case and he couldn't even do it. Like, he sent the body parts to DC. That's too close to Donald Trump. Why would I send the body back to Donald Trump land?
And why would he not verify that all his body parts are with him before he's transported?
Right.
It
Take
seems
that,
very
take the
sloppy to
body and
me.
send it to China.
So
Before you,
we
yeah.
also need to do some research on Ben Crump to see if he's also affiliated with the Knights.
Because why would you send the body to DC, gang? Then why is he not pushing the issue? Why isn't he walking down the streets and interviewing people? What does his ground team do? What is his team doing? And
It
then,
sounds like to me a lot of people are being paid off.
oh,
And
absolutely.
like you said about Nolan's mother working in the same hospital, what
Yep.
if she saw something she wasn't supposed to
Supposed to
see?
see.
Or she was looking into something and was
Right.
about to expose something, and they said, well, we're going to do this
Yep.
to knock her off the trail that she was on.
Yep. That's true too. You got something there, gang. You got something there.
The point is that eventually this is all going to be exposed. We said it first on our channel. We
Right.
said it first that the Knights of Columbus will be exposed. It's coming. They will be going down one way, shape, or form. We're not the only ones that's going to peep this out. We're just the first to peep this out for y'all.
Yep. But let's see what this says.
Y'all ready for today's Nolan Wells info drop? So first off, we remember these GPS coordinates that were plotted for us, remember? Those GPS coordinates were taken from Wyatt's boat and they were plugged into Google Earth, and they developed a PowerPoint slide that we saw there that mapped out all of the points.
Now, see, like I said, they was playing with the grid. I told you.
So I decided to overlay those Google points on top of the points of the research that I'd already been doing.
Look, y'all.
I discovered some interesting stuff, because if they...
This is why I say my Google was acting funny. They control the grid.
We're just overlaying it on Google Earth, it should have been easy as cake, right? Well, I cannot tell you how many hours I spent
listen to this, y'all,
trying to perfectly overlay this. Like, look at the islands in the middle here. I get them lined up, and then
listen, y'all,
other things won't match up. Like, you'll notice, like I said, these islands, look, they aren't moving, but everything else around it isn't working.
Told you.
So right away, my instincts are telling me that somebody manipulated this image to cover something up. Of course, that is alleged. I can't prove that, but, you know, it's supposed to just overlay. So honestly, I just did the best I could, and I mostly just focused on the top half, trying to get like the marina and the grandparents' house they went to all line up. So now we can really follow which way this boat was driving and the kind of stops it seemed to be making. And if you'll notice here, it goes right next to that marina that I was telling you guys about with the Marty McGrath, which is who, according to Katie, that she got a ride from. So the past the marina, as you can see, it juts out almost like it was pulling up to this dock. And then there's these two houses here, especially this house, where it seems like the boat pulled into the docks there. Then it went all the way down here. There's a little like lock area here, so you have to go through here. And it went to the bridge. And I was like, why did they go all the way to the bridge to turn around? But it turns out right here is a big old fishing pier. Then right next to that is the Ocean Springs Yacht Club. And a lot of these families are connected to the yacht club. But before I go on, I want to play a portion of this audio that's supposedly like a voicemail that has been going around. It has been authenticated. But it has important information, because I'll be honest, it sounds genuine to me and it works with my data. So hold on.
It's like, oh, I'm just gonna go back with Katie. We'll be right behind y'all. We were all going to the same house, the same place. It was like, I'll be right behind y'all. Y'all go ahead without me. I'll see y'all. Like, I'm literally gonna be right behind y'all. Whatever. So, Wyatt and all them left because they were like, okay, she's gonna go with Katie, whatever. Well, then everybody got back in, and we were all at Ava's house, and
listen to this.
So first off, all of us were going to go to the same place. I'm going to go in with Katie, meaning Katie.
Them are all adopted children, gang. I believe those kids were all adopted, and they
was supposed
all
to be
working
at that party with them, or at least whoever Katie was with was supposed to be at that party. Right? But that's not the important part. The important part is the name of the person who was throwing the party was Ava. Now, I found Ava. I'm not going to put her name out there, but simple Google searches will find this information. And
I'm gonna let this right out. TikTok, my TikTok always does this other thing.
I was able to basically just Google her name and find her address. And so the party was actually right in this yellow area. Again, I'm not going to be like pointing out people's houses, but I found it. After they leave this pier that's right next to the yacht club, they go all the way back and then they hook around and they go.
Look, y'all.
Right next to where the party is. And then that's when they finally go and take the boat out of the water. Now, it seems to me like they were dropping people off, like, because look how it goes in a little bit, almost like it was pulling into this pier at the marina, like I suspected. And they were just making the rounds, dropping people off before the party. Now, her family and Wyatt's family, Warren's family, they're all connected. They're also part of the yacht club stuff. All of these rich families are super close, super connected. They're taking each other's kids on vacations, etc.
Boom, wait a minute. Look. The mayor.
Well, like just in May, there was a joint birthday party. In the background of this birthday party from the beginning of May,
look, now that's supposed to be, hold on, y'all.
There's Warren's mom.
That's supposed to be
There's
Warren's
his
mom.
little brother. And right there in the background is the mayor of Ocean Springs, Bobby Cox. In fact, here's another picture of him from the party, just in case that profile view wasn't enough for you. Oh, and he was tagged in the picture. Oh, and remember Lieutenant Carone? First person on the report that we see when Nolan's mom called him in missing. Well, as it turns out, someone that he's related to, I can't pinpoint exactly how the relation is, but their maiden name is the same as his last name. Yeah, turns out they have the same last name as who? The girl whose party it was. And I have confirmed that that woman is mutual friends.
We beat you. So, I'm going to go ahead and knock this down.
Of the mother.
Now, look. There it is. Now, anybody Google Earth and go up that same alley, that same little gulf that they went through on the map. If you Google and put your Google Earth on iVision where you're looking like you're through third party, all of those houses back there got docks. So they're pulling up on docks, like she said, dropping off people. I wonder if them girls on that boat that they be dropping off to those rich people, because Katie's name was on the cake. And now you heard her clearly say they're throwing birthday parties for all these little kids. It's a cult. It's a cult. Knights of Columbus. They have a temple. We just went there. There it is. Case closed. We beat you, Band-Aid gang. We did it. It's a cult. Those children are adopted. Even Ward, those aren't his biological parents. Far as we know, allegedly, he could be a little hitman. The boy's not a fish. Shoot, all of that. I showed y'all that the other day. He could be the little hitman, gang. He could be a assassin. Pledging to be a Knight of Columbus. And that's the reason you see nothing but boys hugging on boys, allegedly. Did you hear how Trisha said that girl on that girl? Like he was jealous or something of Katie. Because Nolan was with that girl. And he said, last thing he said to Nolan was, I love you. And he said I was drunk, so I'm just being a little lovey-dovey. What type of guy says being lovey-dovey with another person? I was just being a little lovey-dovey. Was he jealous? Did all the boys want Nolan? Did all the boys want Nolan? But they wanted Nolan to become a knight too. But Nolan might have liked girls. And all the boys wanted Nolan. All the boys wanted Nolan. Because the Knights of Columbus allegedly been playing with their little backside. This shit deeper than Nino Brown. We beat you. I'm C-Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying? And I said, damn. And the people that came here tonight, y'all saw it in real time. And all the replay gang, play this live back. And you'll see that we're going to get justice for Nolan Williams.
And my thing is too, Dove, why would they go back out to the island with their lawyers?
Bingo.
And why is this lawyer on this panel with Officer Tatum with the hat of Cox on
Exactly.
it, specifically Cox? So we know that he is working directly with the Knights of Columbus. And we also know they were sent out to the island to look and see if there's anything else that they need to go grab.
Ooh.
They're trying to paint a narrative.
Mm-hmm.
And we all need to understand that when people are boxed in and they're trying to cover their behinds, they're going to do anything necessary to try to keep things under wraps.
Diamond, did you hear when they said, Diamond, when it was so crazy because Tristan said they stayed out there from 9:45 till 11:50-ish. So they was out there for 3 hours. But when Warren said they went out there, he never said they even got a chance to search. He said when they got there, it was helicopters, planes, and all of that. So if it was helicopters and planes and all that out there, do you know how many people was involved behind hiding Nolan Wells' body? If the police was out there and they really brought his body back and faked like he floated, do you know how many players is in this?
Exactly. And I want you guys to look at what they just recently did. 30 days later, took a boat back to that island with their attorneys. We know, and we're going to continue to say, that they are trying to paint a narrative to try to cover up for what they know they have been doing on that island. And they know what they have been doing with the Knights of Columbus. We know that this is all wrapped around all of this. It's a big cult.
Okay, can I ask you a question? I'm glad you said that, Band-Aid Gang. We cooking right now. So now I'm trying to find and get us another spot in the fight again so we can keep fighting. Because we're there. We're there. We're right there. It's just the fact that the video we showed today, it needs to be presented. Please, social media. Everyone, get this video out there. Please, I'm going to share, not this live. I'm going to just put the video out there what they told on themselves and put themselves in the same place. What? I'm going to just leave it. Oh, it's going to play all the way through. We need to get it out.
Right.
But here's
and let me say this too, Dove.
Okay.
If they were so innocent, if they were not on no bad terms on what they had possibly done, why would they not invite the mother and the father on this trip to the island to go over what happened out there or whatever?
Right.
Paint the narrative that they're trying to paint, like they're trying to rehash the situation that they're trying to cover up. It is clear as day that they're trying to paint a narrative. But if they were innocent, they would have tried to reach out to the mother and the father to try to sit down. They know that they are grass. They know that we are on their trail. And
that's why I attacked Diamond. That's why I attacked the way I attacked. I attacked them. I had to attack it virtually. I attacked right on time. When they did the interview today, I attacked. And when I attacked then, I said, I got to come right back. We got to hit them right back with this video. So we attacked right on time. We attacked them
And
right
let me
on
say
time.
this, and let me say this too. While you guys are saying, oh, they cut them off, and because they were getting D threats and all of that, right? They had attorneys, right? So the attorneys could have arranged them to meet. Stop trying to make it seem like that's impossible. What it is they know that they are grass, and they're trying to paint a narrative to keep people off the trail of finding out that they have been possibly, allegedly, essaying, trafficking humans on that island. So we're gonna find out. We're
Oh,
gonna find out.
it even gets Joseph. You got one more time, Joseph. You got one more time to disrespect my chat. Now, I just gave you a pass, bro. You ain't even watching my whole video. We just broke the internet when it came to this case, bro. They're gonna get prosecuted when you watch this whole video from the
Right.
beginning. But you
And
don't
this
even
is
gotta watch the whole video. I'm gonna upload just the video of them telling on themselves.
right. And
But
this is
what if they
just a
took his
similar
organs, Diamond?
situations though.
What if they
This
took
is
his throat? Because think about it, gang. You know they sell people's organs. What if they was going to
that could be the fact that
sell
maybe the dark
Nolan's
web
organs?
is also affiliated with the situation, and they could have sold his body parts on the dark web. We don't know,
Absolutely.
because if they're not willing to give the evidence to the people that need to know the evidence, and let the parents know where their child's body parts is, we already know that there is multiple people involved in this situation that is trying to cover up and trying to paint a narrative for the public, because this became a national, global investigation. So when it gets this big, where you have multiple states, multiple people digging into this, they are trying to get ahead of the investigation, but
Right.
then they're too slow, because we already figured it out. We understand that they're trying to paint a narrative. It's not a coincidence that the lawyer that's supposed to represent these boys is directly linked to the Knights of Columbus, the Cox, right? It's
Right.
not a coincidence that Officer Tatum is also directly linked to the Knights of Columbus. It's not a coincidence that they would go and take their behinds 30 days later back onto that island with cameras to try to paint a narrative. This is all due to the fact that we have been pushing, not just us, but everybody in America and around the world has been pushing for an investigation into this case. They didn't think it was going to get as big as it actually has. Now they're trying to jump ahead, and they're doing is giving more evidence to bring into court, because they're talking. See, when they weren't talking, nobody had nothing to say, right? Because there was nothing to go off on. Now they're doing interviews. Now they're trying to paint a narrative. Now we have stories that we can collaborate to see who's lying. But
Well,
all this should have
we
happened
know
when the
now
situation happened. They should have all been interrogated one by one by a detective. That's what should have happened.
that's
But
what
it
should have
didn't
happened.
happen.
But
So
they didn't
now,
want to. But
mhm,
since they didn't want to do it, we did it. We brought the video that busted them today, and we brought that to the forefront. So they're gonna see this, and they know they're popped. They thought, like you said, they were trained today to go on that interview and be supervised, watched over,
yep, and
groomed.
that so-called attorney was very angry. Did you not see
Yes,
his demeanor in that
yes.
interview? We should play it again for them to see. You watch how the so-called attorney was acting. He was acting more upset than the boys was. So that to me tells you that he is there to supervise them, and he's not liking what they're saying. So he probably said, "Hey, don't say this, don't say this, don't say this," right? And they went
Mm-hmm.
on that interview and start talking too much. That's the
Even
reason
that
why he
boy
kept
was
tipping that
scared. He
hat.
was scared to death.
That's the reason why he kept tapping that hat, because they kept talking more than he wanted them to. I want y'all to go back and look at the recent video
I'll
that
play it.
just came out.
I'll
This
play it.
is okay. Let's play it because I want people to see how this so-called attorney, this so-called lawyer of theirs was acting. Don't look at the boys. Just look at him. That'll tell us everything we need to know. It
Okay.
always be the people around the situation you need to pay attention to, not just the people that we're supposed to be talking about. So if we look at the video, you will see the actions and the demeanor of this attorney clearly was showing that he was upset.
And it
The way
definitely
he's
hits different.
talking, the way he was talking sounded like he was angry. The way he was acting, his demeanor shown that he was angry. He was upset about something. Now these boys were just sitting there looking like, man, we can't really talk too much. But the one boy kept talking, and he kept trying to push a narrative, and he like kept pushing and pushing, and you see this boy constantly tapping his hat. What it is, I mean, this man tapping his hat. He was advising the officer Tatum on what he was saying. Like he was telling him, man, dude's talking too much. He talking too much. He talking too much. Watch what you asking him. Like he probably have already. You gotta look at it. If this is a coerced interview directed to try to paint a narrative, right?
I
This
got you,
is
gang.
rehearsed. This is a rehearsed interview. And if they go beyond what they rehearsed, it's going to pee off that attorney. So I don't believe he's a real attorney. I believe that he actually is a paid
Clint.
person or someone over the Knights of Columbus that
Yeah, and
maybe
at this
a
point,
guard or something.
yeah, at this point, since we just really exposed everything, I'm thinking exactly what you said. And again, I do want to let the people know, since there's 370 people in here, please double tap the screen, keep the video in the algorithms. I will be doing an upload of just the video that Warren and Tristan did that will bring them to be put in jail. You will see it.
Right,
I'm
but
going to
we
put that out
also
after
need
this
to
live goes off, but I'm going to go to
right,
this video now.
and we also need to go over the most recent video that they just did with all four of them sitting together. I believe it's all four, and then the
Young guys
attorney.
being in
That
college,
that that's the
you know,
one.
having a typical experience, then you lose your friend.
I think like ever
Okay,
since it happened,
pay attention
my
to
life
that
just like
guy in
hit
the
like a
hat
whole,
on the
like
far
even going
right.
out, you know, we're always paranoid somebody's gonna see us, get
Fair use
spotted,
commentary in
try
the
to
Act
beat us
107.
up potentially, or even worse.
You just met these young men more recently. And are you confident that these young men had nothing to do with it?
Hit the like button.
We have Ed Pausick, Warren, Jax.
His name is right there. Somebody write that down. Diamond, write that name down. It's Edward Paulszik. We got to get that name. You got
Yep,
it,
I
Diamond?
got it. Yeah, I got it.
Copy that.
And then we have Morgan here. And
Watch his
so
demeanor,
I talked to
y'all.
Warren last time I was here. We had a
you,
really deep
thank you,
conversation.
Cheryl. We
And
love
I'm
you.
glad
Thank
that we
you
were
for
able to get
participating. I
other
love you.
perspectives now that we have Ed here. Ed is a defamation attorney. And I want to start with you, Ed. You know, why did you choose to work with the boys? What is your plans? What do you expect to
Information
get out of
attorney,
working
not
with them? What's your
a
expectations
defense
when it comes to
attorney.
defamation?
Well, I think an injustice in one
Information
place is an
attorney.
injustice everywhere. I
Handle
hate
What kind of
lying.
attorney is
I care
that?
about the truth, but
He's saying you
but
better
most
not.
of all, it's the actual people who are
He's
involved.
saying these boys better not defamate shit, or they gonna be defamated. He is watching them, gang. The boy got his hands in his pocket. They scared to life.
Here. So first of all, I just want to say Tyler Cox really welcomed me here. My co-counsel, he's an incredible human being and he's an incredible attorney. And then after
He
that,
said
I had an
Tyler Cox.
opportunity to
Did you
meet
hear
these
that?
incredible young
Yep.
men.
You guys note that down.
And I just
Tyler
got to
Cox.
say,
He
Tyler
said Tyler
Cox.
Cox is the reason why he's there. He just said that. Tyler Cox.
We got to see where he practices his firm. We got to see if there a Tyler Cox under Knights of Columbus.
Yeah, we can type that in, but let's
Not
rewind it
now,
just
but
a
yeah,
little bit just to
right.
verify what he just said.
Okay.
these guys are unbelievable.
You want me to go back?
Yeah, go back so we can hear who he said sent him there with the boys.
All right.
Human being, and he's an incredible attorney. And then after that, I had an opportunity
Do I need
to
to go
meet
back?
these incredible young men, and
Yeah,
he's
go back
Cox
a
really
little more
welcome
because
actual
you
people who are
missed it.
involved here. So first of all, I just want to say Tyler Cox really welcomed me here. My co-counsel, he's an
Tyler
incredible
Cox.
human being, and he's an incredible attorney. And then after that, I had an opportunity to meet these incredible young men. And I just got to say, these guys are unbelievable. Warren, Jackson, Morgan, they're just beautiful people. They're really
Watch how
decent
this
human
man's
beings.
demeanor
They're
changed.
just
Right
great
now he
people,
calm. But
and
watch
that's
as
why I'm
this
here, because
interview goes on, he's gonna
Wait
get
a minute. Is he a
madder
handler,
and
gang?
madder and madder.
He's a handler. Did you hear what he said? He don't even really know these boys. He says they're wonderful. They're beautiful little beings.
Mm-hmm.
Are they beautiful, gang? Are you?
You see, he don't even know them like that. He is there to supervise them. He was sent to guard what the
Yes.
people over them is trying to paint a narrative. So right now he's calm, right?
We're going to get in
As this
trouble.
interview keeps going on, watch how his attitude changes.
Damn,
Don't
you're
pay
going to get us
attention
in
to the
trouble,
boys.
gang.
Don't pay attention to the boys. Pay attention to this so-called attorney.
Angel, you're
Pay
going to get
attention
us
to
in
how he
trouble, Angel.
acts. And also pay attention to how he keeps looking at Officer Tatum while he's talking.
Diamond,
He's
you
not
doing
looking
too
at the
much.
boys.
Diamond, you're going to get
He's
us in
not
trouble,
looking at the
gang.
boys. He's not really looking at the boys. He's looking at Officer Tatum. So how we know?
Dang.
Look, I want you guys just to pay attention to him. Don't pay attention to the boys now. As they keep talking, just look and see how this man's demeanor changes. How his posture. Look at how his posture is right now. His arms are folded.
Diamond, I'm getting
He is
scared.
defensive already. Defensive. But look at how he keeps looking at Officer Tatum. He's not paying attention to those boys. Because he
Diamond,
really
I'm
don't
getting...
care about those boys like that. He's trying to see what they're going to say. So that whoever they probably got hemmed up or about to hem up or about to do something crazy to maybe somebody that they know or them, he's trying to watch and see what they're going to say on this interview. So,
Diamond, somebody in the chat said, y'all getting sued, bro. We going to get in trouble, gang. We done
sued for
broke
what? They shouldn't have did this
because we done
interview if
broke
they
the
didn't want
case
nobody.
open, bro. We got these
Let me
draws
tell
all
you
the way
something.
down right now, gang.
Let me tell you something. They shouldn't have did this interview for the public if they didn't want the public to review it. Okay? So, this is a review of what the interview that they put out, the narrative that they're trying to paint. We have all right to nitpick and prove that this shit is all made up. Okay? It's all made up to appease the audience of many people out here that's already knowing that these boys know too much. And they might not have been the ones that probably unalive Nolan. It might have been an adult, or it might have been them. But they know the truth. And this man right here, this so-called attorney, he is there to keep them in check. And
Yep.
he's also affiliated with Officer Tatum. They both are communicating with each other off this camera. Okay?
And they're part of the Cox Knights,
Right.
allegedly.
Correct. So what we need to do is pay attention as you listen to this interview, you guys. Pay attention to this quote unquote attorneys, because I don't know if he's actually an attorney or not. But pay attention to his demeanor.
All right, let's go.
I want to say Tyler Cox really welcomed me here. My co-counsel, he's an incredible human being, and he's an incredible attorney. And then after that, I had an opportunity to meet these incredible young men. And I just got to say, these guys are unbelievable. Warren, Jackson, Morgan. They're just beautiful people.
Beautiful people. Oh my God.
They're really decent human beings. They're just great people, and that's why I'm here, because I want to help great people. And this is a very sad situation, but it's also a very human situation, and it's a tragedy.
So you guys have,
Sounds made up,
obviously
don't it?
before this
Right. So
happened,
Dami, he was groomed too, right? Because he's a cop, and he don't seem no different than Tristan. He got his arms crossed like Tristan did. So he's suffered trauma as well.
Right, but you see how he just tried to come up with something to say to the public, and all that shit was hogwash. He just made up some shit that fast to say to the public, just trying to paint a narrative, trying to say, hey, they're the most beautiful people. They're the greatest people ever. And I just met these guys and they're great. How do you know who they is? If you say you don't know them like that, you don't know if they great people or not. You don't know these boys like that, so allegedly. But it sounds like to me you do, and you're trying to make the audience believe that you just now met them and was sent by another co-counsel.
Yep.
To sit here in this interview. So
yeah, what he said, counsel didn't seem right to me either. The counsel, I mean, because we already know we ahead of the game right now. So the people that's been watching us and that's been here since we started this video, now they're woke. So now it hit a little different, and we can see through what they don't want us to see through. So that's where we are right now.
And I would assume you're living a regular life.
There it is.
Guys being in college.
There it is. Hold on.
Having a typical experience. Then
right
you
there. I'm assuming you're living a regular life. How he know what life they're living? See, that pairing that narrative before you actually ask the question, how was your life? He's saying, I'm assuming your life was great.
Band-Aid gang, we beat you. Once again, Diamond Gang, I ain't mean to cut you off. Look at the picture. Nothing but boys hugging on each other. What, you got your hand up there by Nolan private area near there? Why y'all bunch of boys, no girls, taking boy pictures? What is boys in a big hot tub? It's all starting to unfold. It hits a little bit different, don't it? Since we just showed y'all the charges and lawsuits that the Knights of Columbus have for molesting boys, it hit a little different. Now these pictures hit different. Now look at this, gang.
Young guys being in college.
Boom. A whole bunch of boys. It hit different. Now we have pulled the wool from over our eyes, and it hit different. Bunch of boys.
Having a typical experience, then you lose your friend.
Look at what Nolan got on, gang. We beat you. Look at what Nolan is wearing. Look at what Nolan is wearing. There it is.
They're dressed alike.
They dress like girls, gang.
But they're also dressed alike. That top is just a different color. It's like they both had on the same top. Just a different color.
Look at what Nolan is wearing. If I wasn't mistaken for his leg, it looked like he had a skirt on. What are we dealing with right now? Let's continue.
Nolan. And after that, what has life been like for you guys?
I'm
flabbergasted.
Excuse me, sir. How old were you when you made your first million? What is this for? We're trying to get advice for the.
This is diabolical. This
I
is
really-
Look at how that.
I
Look
think
at
like
look at how he
ever
looks.
since it
Look
happened,
look at that.
my
attorney.
life just
Look
like
how he
hit
got his
like
head
a
down.
hole.
Look.
Like it just stopped. And I mean, we just got to live day by day from now on. I could say definitely a whole flip upside down for our lives. It's like even going out, you know, we're always paranoid somebody's gonna see us, get spotted, try to beat us up potentially, or even worse. We're really just trying to stay low key and not go out as much or anything like that. Yeah.
It's been hard because my friends and our people. I mean, we like to be out and hang out outside of our friend group, you know, and not being able to like go certain places or, you know, walk around in public because our head's always on a swivel. It's really affected all of us. I mean, especially in like my family's standpoint, my safety comes first. My friends and family safety come first too, and it's been really hard because I'm worried about like my family.
Man, that lawyer look mad as hell.
As well with me, and it's hard, but you know we're just going day by day and just trying to get through every day. You know.
Can you give me some examples of what has happened? Have you guys had things happen online, threats online? Have you guys have any examples of people accosting you or anything like that?
Oh yeah, we have had countless death threats online. Been spotted. I'll let you elaborate more on that. Being spotted.
I mean,
Look
people
how
have
he's
obviously
looking in their
just
mouths. Look how
pointed
he's
us out.
looking in their
I mean,
mouths.
as a group
Look
and
at the
even on a
attorney and
one-on-one
how
setting,
he's
I think
looking in their mouths.
it's
And all of a sudden now
it's really
he's
just
trying to
like
turn away
awkward
once they
because I don't
start
want to
saying
talk about
the
this, and I
stuff
know
that
my
he
friends
wants
don't
them
want
to
to talk
say.
about this any more than we need to. You know, we're still mourning one of our best friends' death, and it's hard to speak about it when, you know, like sometimes we just need some alone time, or sometimes we just need to, you know, lay back and not be around all this. And I mean, I've been called out in public, and I haven't been in public that much. I know my friends have had encounters in public. The threats have been insane from, you know, my stepmom and my dad and my mom, just everyone included, like even my brothers and my sisters. And it's just hard. I mean, it's unbelievable where like this has been.
Funny part about it, I wonder if he's seen the video that we just exposed him and Tristan today. He all this talking and he didn't know today was his reckoning. He gonna run across it today though. He gonna run across that video today.
And look at how the demeanor of that attorney is. Arms still crossed.
That part.
That is defensive mode. Still
Like Tristan.
Cross tight. And then you see his demeanor, how he's looking directly in his mouth. He's literally looking in these boys' mouths to see what they're saying.
I ain't mean to laugh, bro. It's just how you say it. He looking in their mouth. I'm like, damn, gang. But Diamond, gang, he doing all this lying right now and don't know that this video that we just put out of him and Tristan doing the ultimate that's gonna put them in the courtroom. He don't even know it went down today. The same time he was talking.
And then Dove, look at how he has his head down while they're talking. He has his head down in the middle. The other boy that's in a white is looking directly at that lawyer while this boy is talking. Like they're looking like, I hope he don't say too much. Look at how they're looking at each other. Eye contact. Direct eye contact. This boy has had his head down the entire time while this boy in the pink is talking. Look at the demeanor.
Yep.
It tells us everything we need to know. They're trying to paint a narrative, and they're horrible at it. Okay? What it could be is maybe this guy that's over here has threatened these boys. How do we know that? How do we not know that this so-called attorney ain't somebody that threatened these boys?
That's true.
When you say you've been called out in public, can you give me an example of like, what do you mean? People are threatening you with weapons? People are, you know, not allowing you, denying you service? Because I heard that Tristan, he went to a corner store and they told him his money is not good there. They wouldn't even let him buy Gatorade.
Yeah.
Are you experiencing things like that or something totally different?
Right. I wouldn't say like that. I think I haven't been denied.
You ain't lying. He looking right in that boy's mouth, ain't he, gang?
You know, anything, but like Trayson, it's hard to hear from a good friend of mine that he's getting denied a Gatorade and a Red Bull before work and having to, like, he calls me, he's like, dude, you won't believe what just happened. He got called out at Walmart. Someone called him out at Walmart and was like asking him all these questions and trying to press him about it. And it's crazy to me. Like, you know, we live in a very tight-knit community.
You see
and
how
for
heavy
people
that lawyer's breathing?
push back and
Watch
say
how
these things
that lawyer's
when they know
breathing
what
right now.
Ocean
Angel
Springs
said
is
the
like,
same
it's really
thing.
hard. And I mean, I haven't had many personal encounters, but I know being around the guys and stuff like that, they have. So,
and Ed, as an attorney that's representing these boys, I mean, what does that make you feel like? You know,
He's
do
gonna
you
kick
feel
him in
like
their
you
ass.
got a
That's
good
what he
case
gonna do.
here,
He feel
or
like kicking him
you
in
know,
their ass.
what's your perspective in that? Because you know, people are online, and obviously they know who you are.
Stop going online.
Obviously, they know
won't
you
be here.
represented Donald Trump in some pretty high-profile cases. And so now that you've joined, or at least now you work
Oh,
for the
yeah,
young
he
men
did
here,
work with
you
Donald
hear them
Trumpy
say
Dumpy.
things like they've been accosted, they've been, you know, threatened online. Does that make your case a greater case, or how do you work within what's happening to these young men?
Well, unfortunately, I wish there was no case. I wish this hadn't happened. But unfortunately, because these things did happen, there is a case, and now there's multiple cases.
Uh-oh.
And I'm going to tell you something. If you're out there and you lied about these guys, you lied about my guys, you lied about Tyler's guys here, if you lied about Morgan, if you lied about Jax, if you lied about Warren, we're going to get you.
What?
And you're going to be hauled into court. You're going to be held accountable. And it's going to be very painful.
Wait a minute, gang. Wait a minute.
Painful.
Like,
Very
come on, gang.
painful.
What are you talking about, bro? Like,
very painful. What the hell does that got to do with being locked up?
Is that a
When
threat?
when did being locked up painful? He said something he wasn't intending on saying painful.
So
he
he's
said
saying
what he was thinking. He said what he was thinking and it came out. He was trying to say something else and he came out what he actually was wanting to say.
He want to unalive somebody. Like,
he
bro,
wants to unalive somebody.
So if people keep talking, they gonna find us and they gonna do us all type of ways. That's what he sounds like he's trying to say.
Right. But once again, this supposed to be a quote unquote lawyer, right? He ain't no lawyer, y'all. This man is a underdog, somebody that is a fixer, most likely a fixer, that's sitting here telling these boys, you better stay in line or I'm going to do you in. This man has also been affiliated with the current administration, the Dumpty Pants. Okay? So you already know who if you're affiliated with the current person that's in the office, he would send you out of all the people to come and represent these boys and have a hat on your head affiliated with the Knights of Columbus. And you said, oh, it was somebody else that sent me. Yeah, no, we know the truth. We know what it is. This man is not really he's not, there may be a facade of being an attorney, but I believe he's a fixer. I believe he is affiliated and very tied in to covering up the basis for whatever this organization that's involved. He's probably silenced many. And right now he's trying to look at them and trying to see what type of narrative they're going to paint. He probably showed up at their house.
People who have done that is now's your chance. If you want to apologize and retract before you find yourself in court, you should probably do.
Well, we're going to apologize. So he said, we can apologize now. Do we send him an email, gang, or tell him we're sorry? He said, you can either apologize now. Come on, gang. You can either apologize now. This guy, like you said, he's a handler.
Mm-hmm. A fixer. Somebody that's cleaning up the mess that
they made.
Yeah, for the people he worked for.
Do that now.
He's the fixer.
Because if you don't do that, once you're in court, now you just can't leave. you won't be able to get out of it. And we're not going to name names because there's some other folks who are doing that.
That boy with the Sag Harbor shirt is scared to life.
Yep, you see, they ain't saying nothing because they are terrified. This man is probably threatening these boys' family, probably threatening him. Well, they probably might not even be the ones that actually did this unaliving, y'all. This might have been, like you said, maybe a ritual, or maybe they seen what happened and was told if they ever say anything that they were going to get dealt with. We don't know. But you could tell right now, the things that he just said, I ain't never heard no attorney say. Not especially when they're doing an interview. Not especially when the other party can actively sue.
Look how Warren is looking. They scared to life. Warren looked like a girl. Warren is looking like a straight female now.
Right.
I
And you see
said
that
that.
boy still got his
And we
head
want to be
down.
better than that. And I want to emphasize this, right? We're not here to guess. We're not here to speculate. We're only going to deal in facts, right? And here's the most important thing, right? We
I
don't
thought
know
you didn't know
how
them like
Nolan Wells
that.
died. No one here is saying we know. But what we do know is Morgan, Jax, and Warren had nothing whatsoever to do with Nolan.
So now they're getting ready to roll over on Tristan. Somebody finna come up missing, gang, allegedly. Right. Why did he say Tristan? They finna throw somebody up under the bus.
But for this man to sit here and say, well, I don't know them, I was sent here by somebody else. He sure knows enough to sit here and send threats.
That part.
So clearly, he is someone that's trying to put up some type of facade to try to act like he's one thing, but the things he just said out of his mouth clearly is not protocol. It's not even ethical, as for an attorney to say out his mouth.
Wells' death. And that's what's important. And unfortunately, because there are people who want to divide a town and come in from the outside and tell people what to think and pit neighbor against neighbor, it compounds the tragedy. It magnifies the tragedy. And I just want to say this. Here's why it's an even bigger tragedy. Because my friends here, Morgan, Jax, and Warren, these guys are not just the finest that Ocean Springs has to offer. Finest that.
Let me ask you.
Is he drunk?
Now, but everybody.
Is he drunk?
I can't imagine.
Intoxicated? It sounds like he's a little intoxicated.
I mean, I can't imagine.
Allegedly.
But listen, chat, Band-Aid gang over there, check this out. We know we got the proof. We brought it out today. Now, Warren said who went out. He said Brooks, his buddy, what? Rob, did he say? He said Robbie, Brooks, and he said another name. And he said his mom and dad went out that morning, right? He didn't say Wyatt. Robbie, Brooks, and it was another name. Who in the chat that was watching? He never mentioned none of these two boys' names wasn't even in it. Yep, he said Jax. Robert, Jax, and Brooks, and his mom and his dad. And forgot Tristan. But Tristan told a different story. Tristan said he went out with Wyatt. With Warren and Wyatt. See, we got the video. So which puts Warren in two different places. The video we're going to put out exposed it. But he never mentioned these two guys right here that he went in the morning with them. So where do these two come in equation? Why don't he have Jax and his buddy Brooks, Bart, and all of them on up here? Where's the other people? Where do these other two come in? We're just seeing these two.
Mm-hmm. And they could have been just the ones that was selected to come paint the narrative to the public.
Man.
Because look at how this man is acting. Look at what he just said out his mouth. Now, listen to how he's constantly talking. He's talking, and these boys are not saying anything because they know this man is probably threatening them and their family members. Okay?
Yep. Let's go, gang.
Mississippi has to offer. These are the finest young men that America has to offer. These are, really great people. And Tyler actually taught me good Ocean Springs people. That was one of the first things I heard when I got here. So I'll just say that they're good Ocean Springs people.
Sorry to interrupt. I know you're enjoying this incredible interview. Make sure you hit the
They
like
always
and
saying the
subscribe
good
button, and
old
also join our
boys.
membership program.
Oh,
Let's
they're
get back to the
good
interview.
people. They're
And how
fine
confident are
people.
you? Because you just met these young men more recently. And are you confident that these young men had nothing to do with it?
Confidence not a strong enough word. In fact, beyond a reasonable doubt is not strong enough. There's a 0% chance that they did anything wrong. So this is not 90%. It's not 99%. It's not 99%.
Out there that could have been a witness or involved in this. This is just 3 boys. We need all the other people that were on all 4 boats. You can't just limit us to 3 boys and say, well, they didn't do it. But where are the rest of them, gang?
There's no decimals. There's no anything. It's 100%. 100.000%. Nothing. They did nothing wrong. And that's the problem for our opponents here, who have ruined their lives, dragged them through the mud, and attacked them. You don't get to lie. We have a First Amendment. We love our First Amendment, but you don't get to lie and hurt people. You want to lie and it doesn't hurt people? Fine. You lie and you hurt people. That's why we have defamation. And that's what this is about. So I just want to emphasize this in the strongest possible terms. 0 wrongdoing. Completely innocent, totally innocent, and categorically innocent.
Damn.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by
they didn't do it.
thinking about it.
You ain't the one that did
Meet Base
it.
44.
Just trying to make sure they don't say nothing. We don't know. But at the same time, if there was 4 boats out there and you only got 3 people interviewing, the math ain't mathing, man. We are missing some people that
And
should
you
be
guys have had
on this so-called interview as well. You can't just interview just 3 people and it was all those people out there. You can't do that.
had experiences with either people threatening you online. I know that, Warren, we talked about this before, and we talked a little, or at least spoke a little bit about when you go out, you guys are getting accosted by people. Can you give us an example of, or at least tell the audience an example of an incident where you guys may have been accosted? Or what does that look like when you go out? People threaten you with weapons, or people trying to physically harm you, or people having to be restrained? What kind of engagement is happening when you guys go out?
We went to a restaurant, a couple of buddies of mine, and when we were, I wouldn't say threatening with weapons or anything, but I felt, and I know my friends felt, threat for our lives. I mean, I don't think there was like a fear factor, but at the same time, like it's awkward in public, like I stated, like when we have to talk about these things. But we went to a restaurant and someone came up to me and was like, "Is this you?" And I was kind of like shaken up about it. Well, at first she asked like my name and like all these questions, and I was like, okay, whatever, she's just coming up to talk. Well, then she came up to me again and showed me our first interview and was like, "Are you sure this isn't you?" And I was like, "Well, yeah, that's me, like obviously." And she kind of just, I looked at my buddy and I was like, "Yeah, we're leaving, like close everything out, like we're going." And I left, and there was an altercation after I left with some of my buddies that weren't involved in this at all. And they told my friends that they were going to kill them and they wanted to fight and all this like crazy stuff. I mean, I wasn't there, but my friends told me this.
Key word that he said, some of his buddies that wasn't involved in this at all. Let's continue.
That what the people were saying to them was like totally just crazy. Like, I mean, there was people like that were, outside of this telling us like, hey, you need to leave before something happens because I know what could go down right now. And like, I know that these people are crazy. So, I mean, we all felt, we were kind of shaken up about that. It was weird because it was our first encounter as a group. And I think it's also like just crazy that people will like look at
Angel, go ahead and unrelease the video now. Everybody, I'm about to unlock the video. You have to go under my videos in the video section on my channel, and you can get just the raw, uncut video of Tristan and Warren exposing themselves, which will get them convicted. Same place at 2 different times. That's all I'm going to say. Listen to the whole video. We have exposed both of them today. So they got lawyered up right on time because they're going in front of a grand jury after you see the video. So go to my videos right now. Angel is about to unlock that video. So feel free to share it and get it out there. Warren and Tristan are going to a grand jury. No question about it. My chat seen it. We exposed them. So before I do go, because some people are lazy, I'm not going to go through this mess anymore because I just did this video. So before I close out, I'm going to play that video one more time so the chat, the people that's in here, can see that they just convicted themselves. So I'm going to play that video before I close out so everyone can see it. I'm going to do one run and then we're going to close. Did you put it out, babe? Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm about to play the video. So make sure you guys share it out because it's the video that everybody needed to see. It's on the videos. Yeah. All right, thank you. You're welcome. I want to thank the real Angel for setting up this whole live stream. She controls all of what we're doing right now. So Band-Aid Gang wouldn't be Band-Aid Gang without the real Angel. So I want to thank her. And just the late nights we work and try to give everybody good commentary. So here it is. I'm going to load this up. And we're going to watch it. I'm not going to say anything. And I'm going to close this live down. You be the judge for yourself. And I want to thank you guys for the jewels as well. Okay, so here you go. Band-Aid Gang. Thank you guys for joining tonight. We're gonna end this live with this. This will be the historical video that put these guys in front of a judge. God is good. God is great. So I'm putting it up right now, y'all. This will be the video that will send them to prison. This will send them to prison.
I called another one of our buddies' phone, and it was on speakerphone. They were all together. I was talking on my other buddy's phone, talking to Warren. He was dialing Coast Guard because he hung up the phone and was like, hey, this is them, bye, and hung up the phone. And that was the last time I talked to him until the next morning when we all decided, well, when I woke up about 7 o'clock that morning, we had all decided that we were going to go out on the boat and go look for Nolan. Wyatt had already had his boat still in the water. We took that boat out. It was
what day are we talking?
That's Sunday morning.
Sunday morning on the 5th.
Sunday morning.
So it was Saturday the 4th was the 4th of July. Mm-hmm. The 5th was Sunday. We were on the water from 9:45 to 11:50, 12 o'clock era, about lunchtime. Mm-hmm. while we were on the water, we talked to a rescue guy, and he told us to get off the water and said that they kind of had the island and the water under control. That's the professionals, man.
Yeah.
They told us to get on social media and find out any information we can. And by that time, we had already talked to a good amount of people out there. So it just made sense. So we went back in and we concluded our search and started the search off socials and started sharing.
My stepdad walked to my room and he said, "Hey, like, have they heard anything about Nolan? Like, what's going on?" Because I hadn't spoke to him. And he was like, I was like, "Yeah, no, like, I don't know. I had just gotten up." And he was like, "All right, well, we're going and getting on the boat and looking for him." And I was like, "Okay, yeah." So I got my buddy Ricky, I got my buddy Brooks, I got my buddy Jax. My mom came on the boat with my stepdad and I, and we all went out there and looked. When I got out there was dozens of DMR boats, helicopters, planes flying over Horn Island. And this wasn't just Horn Island. There was also Ship Island they were looking at, I'm sure, and Chandelier Island, Petty.
So, where's Tristan? So you got a twin? Where is Tristan? You, Warren, are supposed to be at the site still. Because Tristan said you got up early in the morning at 7 o'clock. And you went out there, you and Tristan, on Wyatt's boat. Wyatt's boat was still in the water. That's what you said. But Warren gave a different story. Warren went out with his dad, his mother, Jax, Brooks. And when he got there, the police was already there. But Tristan, you said when you and Warren on Wyatt's boat, y'all got a chance to stay on the water for at least 2 hours before you were told to leave. The math isn't mathing. See, because you placed you guys' self in the same place on that day. At 2 different times, Tristan put Warren with him at 7 in the morning on Wyatt's boat. On Wyatt's boat. But Warren never mentioned being on Wyatt's boat that morning when he left with his mom, his dad, Jax, Robert, and Brooks. Where's Wyatt's boat? So did you go to the island twice, Warren? That is the video that you just seen that should send these boys to prison. And at this point, the mom and the dad are suspect too. So if you don't understand, the video is under videos. And you will see that they are guilty. We beat you. I'm C-Dub, Mr. I ain't said a word, but you know what I'm saying, and I said damn. And I'm up here with Diamond Gang, and I'm right here with
The Real Angel.
And we beat you, Band-Aid Gang. Thank you guys very much. Let's get this video out, y'all. The video, start to share it, because now the people, we got 485 people that seen this and have access to the video to show anybody that says different the truth. And you have it. Thank you very much, guys. Peace and love. Stay blessed and never stressed. Be glad that you're above the ground instead of under it. Hey, we'll see y'all soon. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell. We will be right back on. We always stay in the trenches, and we love you. Peace and love, and we out. Peace.
Peace.